Hey there, Tabletop gamers and the Tabletop magazine for the Spring Showcase event. Thank you so much for having us, by the way. We're Dice Tyrants. We're a TTRPG streaming community that focuses on intense storytelling, engaging combats, and deep character backgrounds. Essentially, what you're about to see is our cyberpunk superheroes show called The Ascended. And this show is using the Suede rule set of Savage Worlds, the Interface Zero 2.0, and the Super's Companion 2.0 as well, to create kind of this overarching rule set that we use for the show. I am so jacked to show you all what we did for this first episode. It was super fun to shoot, and it was a blast with the chat and everyone else that engaged in the show as well. So thank you all so much for being here. Really glad to be alongside all these other amazing creators. Y'all do amazing job, and we cannot wait to show you what's in store for 2021. Let's roll the clip.
I am LC3, L0T, Earth Adaptation Lancelot. I am a member of the Keepers, a highly advanced, interdimensional AI tasked with maintaining the universal algorithms. The Keepers recently became aware of dimensional quakes emanating from a newly discovered dimensional Earth that I have coded as Earth 464. 5 years ago, a war pathogen was released across this planet, spreading an ascension serum to the people and infecting them with a virus. Many life forms were lost, but a small fraction of those humans left gained superhuman capabilities. The city of Solarium, a social and technological megalopolis, and the epicenter of the dimensional quakes, is where I will begin my search for the maniacal madman Dr. Kronos, the creator of the Ascension Serum. I have determined it is necessary to recruit a team of superhumans to help me stop Dr. Kronos once and for all, before the dimensional algorithms become permanently corrupt. We are the Ascended.
Greetings, everybody. We are the Ascended. Welcome to the show. I am so jacked. The players have not seen the overlay yet, and Tyson Burris, our lead artist, did such a damn good job on this.
Hell yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us, everybody.
That is unbelievable.
I love it so much.
It is honestly, Tyson, if you're out there, I see you in chat, dude. You blew us away with this. Thank you so much.
God, you guys look so good.
I know, it's freaking awesome. Well, hey, we are Dice Tyrants. We are here today to play some cyberpunk superheroes. We're gonna go around, have everyone introduce themselves as is standard, and then we're gonna jump into the game. Why don't we start off with our newest cast member that's been on the show with us? Go ahead, Ruby.
Hi, My gaming tag is Ruby Hart, and I am otherwise known as Narissa Hart, my real name. I am a speedrunner. I am a professional actor in the DC Metro region and an otherwise streamer, and I'm so freaking excited to be here. I love tabletop games. So yeah, feel free to call me Narissa, Ruby, whatever, and I use she/they pronouns. So I can't wait to get started.
It's gonna be awesome. Super excited to have you on board. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure in all the pre-games and all that stuff that we've done working with you, and I'm excited to see what happens throughout the show. Let's swing on over. Yeah, of course. Let's swing on over to Sionis.
Hey folks. I mean, I am freaking pumped. I don't know about you guys. This has been in the works for so long, and personally, I'm just over the moon right now. I hope you're ready to ascend. I'm ready to ascend. I'm Tony. I'm the Dice Barbarian. You guys know what's going on. Follow me on Twitter as well, that good stuff. But dude, this is about to get lit in this ascended freaking show right here. You're all about ready to just ascend with us. So buckle up, folks. I love you. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, let's swing over to Eranimus.
What is up, everybody? Big B's here. Woo! So excited. We're about to get all sorts of superhero awesomeness in here. If you don't know me, I am Big B's. I am a variety streamer. I'm just pumped. Like I didn't. That's pretty much. Hi, as always, Ty.
Yeah.
Amazing work you do, Ty. Thank you to Ty for all the gorgeous ass artwork. Thank you to James for whatever hell we're about to go through. Thank you to Tony for this wonderful concept of an idea. And thank you to everybody in this call right now for the utter magic we're about to just drop on these people. Ah, yeah. Woo!
Yes.
Yes. Oh, the power.
The power. And we have made no pacts with any demons for this production. I'm just making that very clear before we continue.
Yet.
James,
We are
I'm
open
sorry
for negotiations.
yourself. Like, that's a lot of
Well, I have not made any pacts with any demons. I can't say anything about the players. And let's swing over to Spark.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hey everyone, I'm Gregory, and you might know me from my YouTube channel, 1 in 20 D&D. That'll be me in the chat. Yeah, I'm playing Spark. I can't wait to get into this character. And but before we get into that, Tony, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sir. Send it.
Do you recall when you first mentioned this to me?
Oh, dude. Well, you know, in the idle year of our creator 2020, about March of 2020, as a matter of fact, almost a year ago, here we are. I come up with this random idea and bring it to my buddy, and here we are today.
Yeah,
I was locked in my house avoiding the pandemic.
Right. So for you in the audience, maybe you saw some of the preview art, maybe you saw the trailer, and hopefully that got you hyped for the game. Imagine that feeling for like a year. That's about where we've been as we've been discussing this and creating our character ideas and the whole thing. So yeah, today should be pretty explosive. I'm excited to play this character, and wow, what an honor to be at the table with these 4 amazing individuals. And of course, we got the MVP chat in the house, so here we go, chat. Let's get this going.
Y'all rock and roll, chat.
Yes.
All right. So, actually, before I go into the game, I'm James. I'm the founder of Dice Tyrants. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's put in so much hard work, everyone in the cast, to Tyson, to everyone in the Dice Tyrants, helping retweet to support us, to support the show, and a big shout out to the chat. Seriously, y'all were freaking crazy last night. We're hoping to bring that energy tonight as well. So thank you to everybody that's helped make this a thing. We very much appreciate it, and we are all just so excited to have you here with us. Seriously. let's play some games.
Let's do it.
Yes. Yes.
Character. Get in character. Get in character.
When we begin, we can see the vast open space of our galaxy. Flashes of tiny orange lights glow throughout planet Earth as we see large-scale cargo ships, twice the size of our largest skyscrapers, leave Earth's atmosphere to mine materials from the asteroid belt. 2 rotations of the Earth pass as we suddenly see in camera view, as the camera fades into this, plates of thick gray-black metals kind of come into view as the side of one of these cargo ships begin to arrive from its liftoff just 2 days prior. We can see blue-white energy shields harboring mining drones within hundreds of little alcoves within the side of this ship. Each of these droids with drills and mandibles and antenna and various tools to help them assist with mining materials from these asteroids. We see these blue-white energy shields go down, and immediately these drones fly to the various asteroids and begin gathering what they can. We can see in clear, kind of like light bluish Nordic text, Bjornsson Logistics etched on the droids as they fly by the camera view. In the midst of these drones, we can see kind of like a shimmering translucence in the shape of a spherical drone floating through space. It looks around in awe, kind of moving its head back and forth, as it is more of a moving its globe back and forth because it doesn't really have a neck or anything. And we can see it looking around in awe and a little bit of confusion as it moves through space, translucent, lightly shimmering, as if you can see kind of like shields around it hiding itself. We see Earth. Lights of various colors dot every continent, bathing the surface of Earth in kind of like a multicolored neon luminescence. We can see low orbit ships as specks of light kind of moving around the planet, and thousands of satellites orbiting Earth with the text SpaceX, EX, not just an X, HoloNet. And we can see kind of like small red diodes blinking in code from one satellite that jumps to another that responds in quicker code in these red blinking lights. We can see the drone fly over to one of these satellites and a small mandible appear out of its left side from a chute that opens, and we can see what would be considered like a futuristic flash drive socket into a port on the satellite. The drone's HUD kind of blurs in front of it in these like purplish, like neon colors in rapid succession as data fills its data cortex. And we hear the voice.
Attempting data collection of major events over the last decade. Successful. Compiling data. Decompression in progress. Complete. Analyzing for pertinent information for the Prime Directive. Successful. It seems a madman by the name of Dr. Kronos may be behind the dimensional quakes that occurred 7 solar days ago. I must find him and discover how he is manipulating the dimensional algorithms. Catastrophe on a universal scale will occur if my mission is not successful.
And we start to see this drone kind of detach itself from this satellite, having jacked into it and gathered data, and it begins to move quicker towards Earth, kind of like floating down. We can actually see ourselves kind of fade into the drone, the camera following its descent towards Earth. And this drone, as it kind of flows forward and we see the camera kind of fade into it, we see on the front of the drone the text Lancelot. And as Lancelot enters Earth's atmosphere, we can see the continent of North America come into view. The camera slowly pans away from Lancelot, kind of leaving him and he begins to quickly follow him as he's kind of like zipping and zapping between aerial cruise ships and surveillance jets and other crafts that are soaring the skies of Earth. We see the megalopolis Solarium fade into view of the United Crassian States, also known as the UCS, fade into view as he passes through a thick cloud. We see a massive city, easily 50 miles in length and 40 miles in width, fade into view. In the central portion of the city, we see giant floating segments of earth and steel kind of hovering 450 feet above ground level, circling a central walled section of the city. We can see on these like floating segments disgustingly beautiful massive homes of the top 1% sitting atop these floating segments with crystalline pools of water and the absolute lapse of luxury at their every disposal as they look down with gilded noses at the common rabble below them as these commoners cough and wheeze their lives away. The radiation off the turbines of these segments of Earth causing cancerous cells to form within the people far below it. At the very center of the city, we see once again the massive podium of reinforced earth as Lancelot kind of plummets down towards a deep well or like a moat circumscribing the outer edge of the podium. We can see escalators and high-tech lifts plunging down into this place where the poorest of the poor live, the homeless and those that just don't have the funds to survive on ground level, always to see the very floating devices above them that make them sick, to view those with actual liberties above them on a day-to-day basis. Lancelot kind of like moves through this, still invisible, watching people heading into mine shafts towards some mountains that we saw kind of on the eastern and western flank of Solarium, moving through and heading to work. And we see him kind of look around concerned, and then he begins to rise up, ascending far, far above, and we can see the walls of that center podium streaking across the camera view as he ascends upward, until finally the walls cease and we see 5 massive skyscrapers, many times larger than our own, surrounding a single monumentous building in the center. Each of the outer buildings feature one governmental flag of the 6 great nations that reside within this massive city. The Norse flag of New Valhalla, the Egyptian flag of Omenaju, the Italian flag of Piccola Roma, the Mongolian flag of Gergoa, and lastly the Roman flag of UCS itself. And oh, sorry, I did miss one. We also see a flag of the Empire Prefecture. These 5 buildings overlook the respective districts within the city. We can see bridges connect each building together, connecting kind of like from the outer buildings into this center, with various bridges on multiple levels of each building, kind of creating like a geometric pattern of walkways between each building, almost seeming like some kind of maybe like knotwork or some such thing. And as our friendly drone zooms through the city, taking in all of these sights of Solarium, the scene fades to black. Aranimus. I love the screech.
This is fine. I had to get it out of my system. I kept on mute because I was sitting there this whole time going, reacting to everything. So I'll mute.
No problem. No problem.
So
I love
well
it.
done, James.
Very good.
Well-
Very good. Aranimus.
Yeah.
The scene fades into Mobo, chilling on the couch of his home. A bag of Doritos, air-fried chips at his side, not to be mistaken for Doritos. A hollow gear on his head as he sits fragging away in Call of Honor. We fade into the hollow gear and we see a scene of 3D planar space with soldiers in cybernetic suits running through a war-torn land, moving from broken down building to broken down building. Mobo, you've been absolutely crushing the competition with your friend Kitsune for some time now today, ranking up to spot 1000 on the leaderboards of Call of Honor. Kitsune trailing just ahead of you. I guess not trailing, but is just ahead of you at place 976. Mobo, your weapon is empty and you're at half vitality. What do you do as you can see yourself kind of in this broken down building? There's an open door to your north, another one to your south, some stairs leading up. The stairs are all crumbled and broken, and you can see Kitsune kind of messing with almost like a holographic, like Gatling gun. What do you do?
Well, first he wants to take a look around, see if there's any weapons that he can see, anything or ammo, something he can, go on the offensive with again.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a notice check?
Ooh, first roll of the game.
Do it,
right.
do it.
There we go.
Crush it.
That is a 3. That is not a success. So, for those of you in the audience that might not be familiar with Savage Worlds, there are 3 types of rolls. There are attack rolls, which deal damage to either parry or toughness. We'll get to that when we get there. Then there are skill rolls, which essentially you just have to get a 4 on any of your skill rolls. Every increment of 4 after 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16, so on and so forth, is considered a raise. The more raises you get, the better you do. And you only have to get a 4 to succeed at something. The other type of roll, which the party may not be aware of, is that you also have opposed rolls. This is where someone is in opposition to what you're trying to achieve, and essentially you want to beat their roll. If you get a tie, then I would just say you both re-roll, and until someone doesn't tie. So Ranimus, that 3 is not a success. What would you like to do? Would you like to spend a Benny, which allow you to re-roll, allow you to have a piece of equipment with you at the time? You could say, I spend a Benny and I have a grenade on me, or some such thing. You can spend that Benny to essentially give you an advantage.
Nah, not yet.
Okay. We see Mobo, what's your character's name called? What'd you name your character in Call of Honor? What's your gamer tag?
His name is gonna be
Does 100 count for a reroll?
100 does count for a reroll.
Oh,
Maceo
Hey,
throwing out the
Maceo,
bits, giving Aranimus a reroll here.
Let's go.
yeah.
That is a
that's more
5. That is a success. So until we hear that success, we must know, what is your gamer tag?
Okay, it is 2LEGIT 2QT.
Too alert to quit?
Thank you.
Too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit. Oh my god, I love it. Too legit to quit. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, hey, that's right.
And as you're kind of like scrounging around, you see some empty like bluish vials that are kind of like scattered on the ground, and you know that these are vials that fill your energy canister for your rifle that you have, and you're able to reload the ammunition by kind of like taking this vial and squeezing it into your weapon, and you now have ammunition loaded. And you see Kitsune, your friend, kind of like, as he's fiddling with this seemingly Gatling gun, he's just like, Mobo, they're trying to flank us, man. Cover my back. I'm setting up armor-piercing Gatling array. And yeah, you see him begin to like get this Gatling array set up. And he wants you to cover his flank. What would you like to do?
I'm going to run and hide.
Okay. If you want to go ahead.
But I'm going to position myself kind of where I have eyes on him at all times, but I'm like concealed unless somebody is like down in front of me. Like if they're within like 10, 15 feet, or if they're like ground level straight across, that's the only time they can see me. I'm just kind of like huddled up in something, just, got eyes on him.
Yeah, you kind of move some of the barrels by that stairwell or that stairway, and you position yourself between the barrels and the stairway, but you're easily able to, you're kind of like crouched down and you're easily able to flip your position as you need to, as you know that that is a clipping area in the game and they're not supposed to be able to do that. But with your advanced knowledge of Call of Honor, you know that that's a thing you can do. If you want to roll me a stealth check, I'm going to give you a +1 for using your clipping.
Yes. Right. Explode! No.
That is a 4. That is a success. A few moments passes, you see Kitsune finally like slap a cartridge of ammo in this this hollow Gatling gun, and you see kind of like this reddish orange color kind of appear from this Gatling gun in front of him, and he starts to crank it, and you just start to hear you just kind of come out of this as it starts to fire off, and he just says, all right, they're coming, make sure you cover the rear. And as he says that, you see a splash grenade get thrown into the room. What do you do?
Into his room?
Into the room that you're both in.
Oh, okay. Now the layout of
there is
what's the layout of the room again?
Yeah. So where you're at by the stairs, immediately north, let's say like northwest of you, maybe like 15 feet, is an open archway, and then in the same exact spot on the southern end, 15 feet away, is where Kitsune's at.
Okay. I'm gonna look for the. How far is the grenade from me again?
Roughly about 10 feet away. So you can think that'd be 2 move.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of run and do like a power slide to the grenade, grab it, and as I'm like scooping it up, I have the gun here, and I'm gonna shoot out the nearest window, and just as I scoop it, I'm tossing it.
Okay, perfect. Why don't you go ahead and just roll me an athletics check?
All right.
That is not a success. No. You go to scoop up the grenade. You're able to scoop up the grenade, but you miss the window with your rifle, and it hits the wall. You uncover your position as the individual that threw the flash grenade kind of like swings into the room and kind of looks around, and suddenly you hear in your headset from the hollow gear,
1 team or 2 teams remaining.
And you know that the people that are coming into this room are the last team in this match. It's you 2 versus 2 of them.
Okay, so I know what I want to do then.
Okay.
I am going to, since I didn't shoot the window, I guess I wouldn't have thrown the grenade, right?
Correct, yep.
So then I am just going to, I'm going to look at the grenade. Oh, you owe me so much. And I'm just going to run at the door and detonate the grenade around the, like I'm going to kamikaze into the team.
Oh, nice, nice. You rush into the room. You actually hit the guy that was getting ready to come through. He drops his gun and he says, what the hell? What just hit me? And yet as soon as you like walk in, just blindness, you can hear the ringing in your ears for a moment. And Kitsune says, no! And he kind of like turns, fires off shots, drops 2 guys. And suddenly you hear, as you kind of like roll on the floor,
victory.
And you 2 have won this round of Call of Honor. And you see your rank kind of shows up on your HUD, and you see it tick 3 places up, as you are now not rank 1000. You've been trying to beat that rank for weeks. You hear your friend Kitsune like, dude, I can't believe that you risked that. That was great, man.
You know, what can I say? I am amazing. You know, I don't try hard. It's just, it comes naturally. So, you know.
Yeah, well, you remember that one time on Soul something or other?
No, we don't need details. Let me have this win.
All right, fine, man. And he kind of like, you can hear him roll his eyes, and he says, you up for another? And then as he says, you up for another, you actually hear,
Incoming call detected. Scanning for viruses. Scan complete. Call is secure. Caller is your contact, May. Would you like us to connect you to the caller?
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. And then I'll connect.
Yeah, and you hear Keaton say, "Yep, no problem, man. I'll just be waiting in the lobby." And you connect the call, and as you connect the call, you actually hear, and this is normal.
Playing mandatory advertisement before connecting you to caller.
And suddenly you hear this same advertisement you've heard like 40 times as you hear this kind of like really badly done French impression, because I'm bad at those. You just hear, "Bonjour, mi ami. Welcome to Walmart's Tap Application Store, or T-App Store, where we have T-Apps to expand your mind beyond its basic tap connection. You can go surf the deep hollow net to find the information yourself, or you can purchase a T-App application and have specialized knowledge at your tap access point. Why not check out Caduceus, a T-App which monitors your vitals and displays them directly in your heads-up display for only 500 credits a month. And hey, if you call now, we'll give you a free month.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Yay, I don't care. Skip.
Yeah, and you like hit the skip, and then you hear,
Error.
and then after you hit it like once more in frustration, and then you hear the mandatory, if you can tap it fast enough, it quits the advertisement, and suddenly you hear, "Mobo, are you there? Mobo, come in."
Hello?
Hey, it's May.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hey, what's just at home. What's up?
Look, a job's come in. I need you to meet me at Delron's place at the East Ramp in 10. This is a big one. Could get our names out there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Look, I'll even split it 90-10 in your favor this time. But, my sweet tooth is kind of tingling, so I'll only do it if you bring me the good stuff.
Definitely a deal.
And I'll give you more details when we get there. And change your damn cell net provider, man. There's better plans available in your area. I can get you on D-Cell's plan if you want. No more of those stupid advertisements making me wait to talk to you.
Are you paying my bill?
Well,
Because no. Yeah. Do you know how much I pay? It is very, very cheap. I am good.
Well, that is what happens when you take the advertisements. And she says, "Oh shit! All right, the dealer's calling. I gotta go. I'll see you in a few, Mobo, and don't be late."
Okay. Yeah.
You hang up, or you end the transmission, and you hear,
Credits deposited in your account. Thank you for choosing Tap.
and you see a ding in your credit account for your holo creds of 50 creds added to your account.
I gotta go.
Oh, come on,
work.
man. Like, you always do this. We're on a roll.
Work. Besides, you need more time to practice, so,
Man, I'm ahead of you on the leaderboards, Mobo.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over the amazing
don't
play
cut that
I
crap
just
with
did
me, Mobo.
that echoed through time and space and got us DW. But that's just me. That is just me.
You're a real piece of shit, man. And he ends the transmission. All right, what would you like to do as you get ready to prepare?
I'm just gonna take a deep sigh because I was having fun, and this always happens. So I'm gonna get up. I'm going to just mutter to myself as I go and go into my room, open up because I have two dressers, and one is kind of like that deep chocolate mahogany kind of color, and then one is just jet black, and the jet black one is very angular, and that's the one I go to, and I kind of, because it has 3 drawers at the bottom, and then it has the little doors that open up.
Okay.
So I open up those, and if the camera pans behind me, it'll see a bunch of kind of like military-esque gear, and like bulletproof vests and jackets and kind of camo stuff. And I'll start getting dressed. Oh, excuse me. I'll start getting dressed, and then I'll open one of the bottom drawers, and I'll start affixing weapons to my body, like little pistols, and then and then I go back into the main one, move the clothes, like spread them apart, and you see on a like a little pedestal, there's just a big ass gauntlet sitting there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just crack my fingers, grab it, put it on. All right. And then I grab my keys, head out the door, close the door. Like 10 seconds go by, open the door back, run, grab my wallet, put it in my pocket, and then go back out the door.
Dude, nice. As you walk out of your apartment room, you can see the various apartment complexes around you. There are hundreds of thousands of inhabitants within this 6-block radius. They're big blocks, as these ziggurat-style complexes feature kind of like large bay windows. You can see like thick, smoky gray platforms that surround the outer edge of like the ziggurat buildings. As you kind of walk out, and you can see like 400 feet down from this like little ledgeway. There's like a railing there that you can kind of see down. You can see like interconnected bridges that go between the various complexes. You can see various people on each level kind of talking. You can smell tobacco smoke and kind of other scents wisping through the air. There's a canopy above you that's on like each floor of this ziggurat style apartment complex, and you can see there's a drizzle of rain coming down from above, and these are protecting you from the horribleness of the rain. And you know that you have a garage, and there's a lift nearby that'll take you all the way to your garage to get to your motorcycle.
All right. So then yeah, I do that. I head there, and I stop because I have two vehicles. I have the motorcycle, and then I have my baby, and I'm looking like, and you see this, you see the motorcycle. It's, just all black and chrome, and gorgeous, just shiny, beautiful. But then you see the vision, you see his gaze turn to the right, and you see a taxi cab, like kind of it's just a regular taxi cab, except for it has a big ass smiley face on the hood, and he's just like don't worry, baby, I will come back for you. And then he's patting the taxi, and then he hops on a motorcycle and heads out.
We see from where you're looking, by the way, amazing job, man. Oh my god, I'm so excited. You can see this like kind of like blue-white shielding by the garage door, and as you start the engine of the motorcycle, the shields go down, and anyone looking into your garage through those shields wouldn't see anything. The shields go down, and we hear you. It's not an engine rev, because all of these vehicles are using electric power, and they also hover a bit off the ground. So you actually don't hear like the squealing wheels or anything. It is silent, other than like a light hum, and you're able to just like blast out of that place. And
to be fair,
go ahead.
To be fair, even though nothing is touching the ground, he still does the fishtail motion just for his own satisfaction, and then hauls out.
I love it. You like fishtail out there, and you just start flying over to the highway. And
It's like a half hover donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you see a couple people like up at the top kind of look down and like, yeah. Yeah, you fishtail and start racing towards your destination, and the scene fades.
All right.
We see the scene fade
Well
back
done.
in, and very good job. Very, very good job. See the scene fade into a nest of cables and like steel panels. It almost looks like the inside of like a semi-futuristic spaceship. We can see all of these like holo displays kind of across the various areas in this room. There's desks laid out, and we can see these holographic displays kind of featuring like strings of code and virtual like computer folders, and we can see like a hacked holo gear is sitting on like the cleanest area in this 30 by 50 foot space. The interior seems to be from, like I said, like a futuristic kind of like spaceship. And we can see what almost looks like pure sunlight kind of coming out of like a little round tube on one of the desks that kind of bathe the area in luminescence. And we can see two people in the room. One of them's a male with kind of like a dark earthy complexion, roughly about 32 years of age. He's got about neck length coarse black hair and a bandana around his head with that has like matrix code going down it. And he's eagerly like tapping away on a set of holo keys, which is like holographic projection of a keyboard that he's tapping on this table. And he's kind of staring up at various holographic images of data directories, and he's kind of like swiping his hands and tapping on various areas. Sorry if that's annoying for the camera. Like selecting data, and with just a swipe of his hand kind of moving screens over to another holographic projection like to the right of him. Yeah, you can see his head kind of slightly turn, and he says, "Cypher, I'm establishing a connection to Maximus Global." And got it. I'm in. We need to do this quick. I'm patching you through to their systems. Do you have the file
On it.
ready?
Yep, I've got it. Let's go.
Excellent. And the Shepherds have been attempting to hack the live broadcast network of Maximus Global, which is kind of like the biggest broadcast, like newscast network in Solarium. And you're looking to expose D-Cell, a corrupt cellular company that's been spying on user data, and you've discovered that they've been selling it to the highest bidders, tapping into any kind of holo cams in their homes, on the street, tracking them in home and out of home, and selling that data to whoever wants to buy it on the dark HoloNet. And yeah, you begin to patch through, and if you want to, so you actually see kind of where you're at, a holographic screen kind of come up, and you can see a folder directory, and you have the video file ready to expose D-Cell for the evil, corrupt company that they really are.
All right, pulling it up now. Gale, stand by. Can I roll for hacking, or do I need to roll for hacking?
Yes, please roll for hacking.
Guys, okay, cool.
Roll for hacking. I love it.
Hack the world.
Oh my god!
Oh, I don't know if it picked it up.
I see an 11, but
Well,
it's not
I see an
showing
11.
on
It's
there.
not. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
That is a success with a raise. You are easily able to manipulate the data in front of you. You successfully kind of compress this, secure it, and then put it into this data directory to unload on their network in T-minus 3 minutes. And like Gale says, you got it?
Yeah, T-minus 3 minutes. We're game. All right,
Yes.
get everyone going on this.
Nice work. Oh man, where is Ace? As Ace went out to get some pizza. And yeah, you
I hope that she remembered my coffee this time. That would be nice.
Hey, coffee and pizza. That's so weird. But
Well,
have it your
the
way, I
pizza
guess.
is for her. You know she's gonna focus better if she has some junk food in her system. Personally, I don't want to put that crap in me, so coffee for me.
Yeah,
It's a good
that's true.
system.
Wait a second. What's this? and like you see him start swiping through some pages, and he says, "Error in the data sequence." Shit, it's nobody. Cypher, grab the holo gear quick. We need to navigate the digital footprint virtually. I think Limbo's on the other side. Oh man, what is he doing? They're just too damn fast. Come on, go, go, go. And he like
God
starts
damn it.
pointing over to like this like clean like 10-foot square area in this position with like a dangling like holographic, or not holographic, but like a headset, kind of like if you think of like a Vive, but more futuristic looking. It's actually one of the same headsets that MOBA was using to play video games.
Yep. I'm wondering, okay, I know that Gale is going to be looking at this to try and intercept Limbo's hack just through that headset. I'm wondering if my interface would be more efficient or if we should just let him do his thing.
So he is currently trying to assist you, and you actually are the only one that can use that headset. You're the only person here that actually has the capabilities to jack into the physical headset and use it.
Yes. Okay, then I immediately put on the headset and I want to take a look in their system and see if there's anything I can break.
Yeah, you take a look, and yeah, you can see like as you put on the headset, the whole room around you kind of disappears, and you kind of feel your consciousness move away from you, and you can see various kind of like doorways of like white light appear in front of you, and they have like, some of them have like red outlines around them, some of them yellow. Red is secured and you have to hack through those doors to get in. Yellow is minor security, more of like compression, where you have to decompress the data in order to get into the folders. And you can actually see what looks to be another figure walking through this virtual space, trying to essentially tap into like panels on the doors of this virtual data collection.
Okay, Cypher is going to go up to that person, and since we're in a virtual space and she has power here, she's gonna say, "Hey, you mind? And I'd like to punch him in the face, but with malfunction, please. Can I like punch him in the face with malfunction in the virtual space?"
Yes, I am totally cool with that.
Yes. Okay, then I use the power of malfunction. So wait, let me pull that up so I can read that description. Give me one sec.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Oh God, how do I pull up the description? Shit.
So it should be under powers, and then you have the little grayish brown box on the right.
Okay. Give me one sec. I'm still learning how this works.
No, you're
So
good.
power-
You're brand new to Fantasy Grounds. This is a complicated system when you first start, but you'll get it.
So, the character can cause technological devices to fail by picking a target between 12 feet and making a spirit roll. I have a feeling that this person is also getting in with one of those headsets or something similar. So the punch is basically me trying to disconnect him from whatever's bringing him into this space.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's okay. Let me see. Do I need to roll anything for this, or is it just I say that I use the power and then it happens?
So I'm just going to read it here. Can cause technical devices to fail by picking a target within 12 inches and making a spirit roll minus the modifiers below. If successful, the device malfunctions in some way. Da 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 da. I think they just have to make a spirit roll.
Okay, sweet. Let me do that.
You make the spirit roll. Very good. Oh, that is a 1. You do have bennies if you would like to spend one.
Hey, I sure would love to spend a Benny. Great. Okay, I'm using a Benny, and I'm gonna re-roll that because boy howdy.
Oh no!
Die? Well, there's another die that just fell off the.
That's your wild die. That's very strange. Let me increase the size of
it was
this.
a 5.
There you go. That is a success.
Okay.
Very nice. So that D6 that was rolling.
McSherry gave you a reroll.
Oh, McSherry gave you a reroll too. You can save that. So actually, what I'll do is I will give you a Benny back. You did that reroll since you did succeed.
And thank you so much, chat, for the reroll. I appreciate it.
And all right. So yeah, how does it look as you cause like virtual damage to this hacker's access?
I think that the way that it looks in this hollow space is when she hits, this huge burst of red and green just comes out from her hand, but instead of just going in a regular like gun burst, it looks like lines that shoot all across the space as if in a matrix, and then they pour into the person's head.
I love it. Yeah, all those various things just like slam into this, all those colors slam into this this hacker's head, virtual head, and you see them get knocked to the ground, and they start to like artifact, and like they start getting up, and their movements are all like janky. Yeah, they look like super like pixelated, and they're like artifacting, and they have like different colors kind of like popping out of their like light bodies. You've essentially stopped them from doing whatever it was they were trying to do. It looks like they were trying to access a specific door in here.
Okay, I'd like to look at the door they were trying to access, because I think that's going to give us a really good idea of what nobody has planned.
Very good. Yeah, you look at this door. It's got the red around it, so it is secure. You will have to try to hack it to get through.
To try to hack it? Okay, sure.
I believe in you, though.
Hacking is like my specialty or something. That's a 9.
Boom. Yeah, you punch in on the dials. You actually kind of like, what does it look like when you hack into this? Are you like connecting via a cable, or like how are you connecting to, like, there's like a little number panel?
So I think the way it works is there's a number panel, and then she puts her hand just in front of the door that brings up just a big keypad that she can use, kind of like her interface that she can see when she pulls up her powers. And she just uses that and is plugging in the code in order to lock into this door.
Yeah, you hear.
Access granted.
And the red kind of like luminescent light, like a reddish neon, just goes and disappears, and the door opens. And as it opens,
can I do something badass, or
oh,
does
of
it
course,
just like
always. The
moment she hears,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, the moment she hears it unlock. Is this our digital space, or this is the corrupt digital space that we were hacking into?
This is the digital space you were hacking into.
Okay, no, she takes her foot and she just kicks open the door.
Yes, it starts to open. You're just like, boom, and it swings open super quick. And as it hits the wall on like the inside of the room, the door just like artifacts and it goes away. It is deleted. And you're able to walk into this room. The figure that was like artifacting, you hear like this kind of like weird voice come from them.
I will find you.
Yeah, you said that before. I'd like to see you try.
And then
And
it shatters. You walk into this room, and you can see kind of on the rear wall a single text file. And you see that the sequence in that text file is Z3R0.txt.
Okay, Z3R0.txt. Yeah, I want to look at that file.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is secure, like way more secure than that doorway was, which seems kind of weird. That the entranceway into this virtual data center is not as strong as the file that's in it.
Especially for a single text file, that immediately makes me think that there's some kind of passwords or classified information in here. No, I want to look in at 0. Let's do this.
Okay.
Is that another hacking?
That is another hacking, but I made a premeditated roll, so your difficulty for this is a 10. You must hit a 10 or higher to succeed off this opposed roll.
Hang on. I'm taking a look to see if I have anything that might help me in this.
Okay.
Let's see. My hero. Okay, this is something that I keep forgetting to add, because your hero can interface with electronic gadgets, giving much greater access to their inner workings of others, gain +4 to rolls involving the use of computers or other electronics. Would this count for that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Awesome. I really need to remember that in the future. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this with the +4.
And you
let
can
me
go on
s-
the bottom left-hand corner of Fantasy Grounds, just tap where it says modifier and type in 4, and then that'll apply that automatically for you.
Yes, I love it. Okay, great.
That is an 8. That is not a success. You have bennies.
No! Yep. Doing it. Nope. I'm not. I want this information. We've been working too hard for this. No!
That is a 2
So
plus
failure.
4 for 6. Are you gonna spend another Benny?
Yeah. Because I know what this is, and
You gotta wait. You got +1 from chat and a reroll from temporal mechanic.
Temporal mechanic.
Hang on. So the 6 and then +4, which makes it a 10 already, plus the 1 from chat, so that's an 11.
Booyah!
Damn.
I'll save
And
the reroll. I'll just save that for later, I guess.
Oh, you got 2 more +1s to bank for the next roll.
God.
2 more plus 1s.
3 more
3
plus
more
ones
plus
to
1s.
bank.
Very nice, Ruby. All right. You open up this text file and you read the following, and I will also add this to your inventory as well so you have it.
Please.
And it reads,
Hey
Anticipate.
there, shepherds. The wolves come out to play, and I'm so hungry for all these sheep. I won't hurt a single hair on their succulent bodies if you meet me with tonight in the new Valhalla shipping center. Seems strange how so many sheep have gone and wandered out of their pens lately, hasn't it?
and I have put that in chat. I will also post it in chat.
Okay. The moment she sees that, she just immediately feels panic, and she is going to run. I want to get into the other doors. We've worked too hard for this. I want to try and get the rest of the information, and then I need to get out.
Okay, sounds good. That
Yeah.
was the only file
said-
in this room. So there are 2 yellow doors and 1 more red door available in this sector.
Yep, I'm going for the next red door.
Okay, go ahead.
Bring
Give me
everything
give me a hacking check.
All right.
Much better. That is an 8.
Oh, that's our first exploding die.
Ooh, very nice. Easily.
Explosions.
The door opens. You kick it open again. It shatters, and in this room you see a ton of various information. With a raise on that roll, ask me 2 questions about Maximus Global, and I will answer those questions truthfully.
1. Okay, here we go. 1, is Maximus Global using the information that they buy and sell just for the sake of monetary gain, or are they using that information for some other purpose?
So Maximus Global actually is not the corporation that is, and this I'll give you this free because you would know this. This is not going to take one of those questions. So it's actually D-Cell, D-Cell. They are a cellular company that's getting this information.
That's right.
Whether or not D-Cell is working with Maximus Global, you currently don't know. If you want that to be your question, I can definitely help with that.
Yeah, what's the connection between D-Cell and Maximus Global? That's question number 1 then.
So you find a a folder actually of various invoices that simply just say D-C, and they are payments that don't have any actual, like, this is for pizza or this is for like a computer. There's no like actual invoice. It's just the invoice number and D-C on there.
How much was it for?
Over 1 million credits.
Yep. Okay,
And
blank
that
invoices.
invoice does have a date. That date was 7 days ago.
Was there anything really big that came up in the news as far as like phone outages or just overstimulation of the like power systems in the city? I'm just wondering if there was some kind of surge that may have occurred when that payment was made and something happened.
There was not.
Okay, got it. So for only over 1 million creds. Got it. Okay, cool. Next door. Let's do it.
Okay. You swing
All right.
through the next 2 doors, and I want 1 hacking check for both.
Okay, cool.
That is a success, but no raise. You can ask 1 more question about Maximus Global.
Who's in charge of Maximus Global?
There are a couple different individuals that share, but the actual founder is Wolf Carlson. Is the founder of Maximus Global.
The moment that I realized that, just going back through my memory, the camera zooms in on Cypher's face and she just, okay, and rolls her eyes as she goes to the next door.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
And that is the information that you're able to gather from both doors, is that you were able to gather that information, and you actually hear Gale's voice, also known as Trace, kind of come through, and he says, "Look, you've been in there too long. We got to take you out of there. Did you get anything?"
Extract me. I got it.
He says, "Starting extraction." And
right.
yeah, you see kind of like the holographic display around you kind of just shatter, and you are logged out of the virtual net or the holo net.
The moment that happens, and I think that this is something that everyone kind of expects from Cypher at this point, she takes off the headset, immediately goes to a computer, and writes down every piece of information that she could remember, sometimes even creating full images, just recreating them straight from memory using her interface and putting it into the computers. So it's like a mental upload, essentially. And she shows it to Trace and goes, D-Cell and Maximus Global are working together. There is some kind of payment that they are keeping under radar. Yeah. And they're distributing between each other millions of credits at a time for every one of these transactions. They're leaving them completely blank, but clearly the information that's being bought and sold, it's not just D-Cell, it's a bigger operation.
Holy shit. I didn't sign up for that. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Also, I may or may not, well, you may or may not have a meeting tonight.
What?
Nobody was in there, and when I got to one specific area, I got a lovely message saying that we are being watched by someone. It sounds like from Maximus Global, and that they want us to meet them in New Valhalla. I don't know what's gonna happen if we don't, but it didn't sound great.
Well, okay, sounds good. I had a date tonight too.
Well, I mean, I'm this person, and she points to the computers. This is what I do. That's you. That's all you, man. So, wish you the best on that date, but
I'll just have to reschedule again. All right. And then all of a sudden you hear like a frantic like on the door. It didn't sound like that because it's like a steel door.
Yep. Oh, really quick. She turns around after the door and just has a thought and says, "Send flowers. They typically like it if you have to cancel that you send flowers. It shows thought and care. Chocolates too, if they're not allergic." And then she'll look up, and do we have any kind of camera looking outside the door?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I want to see who it is.
Yeah, you see actually as you approach the door, you see like this display come up, and you see Ace with a bunch of boxes of pizza. And she's kind of like looking around like, "Come on, guys. What is taking so long?"
Open the door. what took you so long? And immediately close it behind her.
Yeah. She walks in and she kind of sets the pizza boxes down, and you see her actually like take out like a super nice like new Z phone. It is beautiful, the latest model, and you know that Ace isn't really someone that like splurges very often. And you see her kind of like swiping through this kind of like holographic tablet, punching in some numbers, and she like pockets it again, and she says, "Yeah, I just took a little bit of time."
Did you save for that, or did someone give it to you?
I know some people. And she kind of like winks at you, and she like walks over to her station.
You know what? Fair enough. Thanks for the food, hon. Oh, did you get the coffee this time, or just sodas?
Oh, they didn't have any coffee. And that's an obvious lie.
No, I mean, I think she's used to it from Ace. It just like tries every time and just goes, you know what, that's fine, hun, thanks. And then grabs a piece of pizza and looks back over the data to try and figure out what else they're missing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
As you look over the data, something doesn't feel right about that text file. Something just, it kind of eats away at you a little bit. So are you having Gale go by himself?
Wait, hang on.
Yep.
You dropped the text of that message in the chat, right?
Correct. And I will also actually add that to your inventory as well.
Oh god, I don't see it. Where is it?
I'm getting it. Hold on.
Sorry, something just registered and I'm very concerned about what it might mean.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I've got 0.text in your mundane gear, and you can hit the gray box on the right to open it up.
Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go.
All right, and
The wolves come out to play.
The wolves come out to play is in there. I do want to read it without the effect, because it might not have been heard. The note said, "Hey there, shepherds. The wolves come out to play, and I'm so hungry for all of these sheep. I won't hurt a single hair on their little bodies if you'll meet with me tonight in the new Valhalla chipping sector. Seems strange how so many sheep have gone and wandered out of their pens lately, hasn't it?"
Is there any... Okay. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that I can try and look in the metadata of this text file to see who the original sender was? Because I am very concerned that it might come from a certain company.
Yeah, no problem. You spend some time looking at that, and there is no metadata. Nothing. Which is odd. It's all completely zero.
And that either it's not from him or he's got someone else working with him who's capable enough to do that. Okay. I think she just sits there at the interface and is rereading that message over and over and over, trying to find something else and realizing there's nothing. And everyone else is working at their stations, and if you picture someone just looking completely normal on the outside, but essentially having a panic attack on the inside, that's what's happening with her right now while she looks over this message repeatedly.
And as we see Cypher kind of like looking at this message, peering at it, the scene fades and transitions over to Spark. Let me bring this up here real quick. Spark, you can smell the sweet smell of piccolo aroma. Reminds you of what home must smell like. Nico, you've been working on fixing your neighbor Alphonse Denishi's solar generator in exchange for a future favor. Alphonse runs a publication company called the Denishi Minute, which creates quick read publications for Solarium on various topics, from various Ascended to like police forces and things such as that, covering things that are popping in the city. things that are exciting. And he also does some engineering work on hover cars and hover bikes, kind of as a hobby. He's got a little workshop roughly about a few blocks down that can fit 4 bikes and 2 cars, and all he has in there is a single bike right now. And he said if you can fix his solar generator, that he would give you the access key, or one of his access keys, to the workshop.
Yeah, that should be easy for us.
Very nice. If you're on top of their roof right now, looking at this kind of like solar panel, checking out, making sure everything is working okay. And Alphonse kind of like comes up the stairs, opens like a door onto the roof. And he says, Nico, how you doing, friend?
Alphonse, this is a piece of cake for me, but everything takes time, so.
Yeah, I understand. I saw that Spock fellow in the news the other day. Seems like a really good chap, helping people out in the city. And that Aranimus as well, been making a couple appearances.
Oh yeah. Some of them, I guess, do good when they can. It seems. Don't know too much about that. I just fix stuff. I try to keep my head low.
He kind of like comes over and like puts his arm around your shoulder, and he kind of like looks towards the sky, and he's like, "Look, once you fix my solar generator, all the tools in the world that you could ever dream of will be accessible in that workshop." And he kind of like slaps you on the back. He's a lot shorter than you.
Yeah, it's a nice offer of you there, Alphonse. Appreciate it.
Of course. Well, please do continue. Honey's gonna have a couple little morsels for you here in a moment.
I appreciate the hospitality.
Anytime. You're a good kid. And he is roughly about like 50, 60 years old. And he starts walking down the stairs and heading back inside. So if you could roll me, as you're kind of trying to repair this, a repair check.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Another explosion.
Hey. How does a 14 work? How about, let's see, that's 2 raises, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 2 raises.
Hey, Alphonse! Hey, I think I ought to be able to upgrade this system for you.
And you hear him from the stairs as he's walking down. That's great. Nice work, Sonny. And he continues walking down the stairs. You can hear some like excitement in his voice, like, I knew it. I knew he could take care of it. And yeah, you end up adjusting a few of the dials that the solar company kind of like set on there, and you're able to kind of jerry rig it to get it to work right in Alphonse's favor, and you get it to work very, very well. Yeah, things are going swell, and then suddenly your kind of like prompter do you have any kind of like augments in your eyes at all? I can't recall.
I do actually. I have a few things going for me. So I have a bounty board, because I've been doing mercenary work. So I picked that up to just like, whenever there's something on the net, maybe I could go and do it. And then I have the ComScience MTS and the firewall, the GNet security. So I have a few of those. So I imagine I have some. It might not be like an optical kind of thing, but there's definitely something going on where I have access, quote unquote.
Yeah, you end up hearing kind of like and
I do have the vehicle control interface. That's like my main cyberware.
Okay, good. That does have a heads-up display. That can kind of come up like a HUD. So yeah, you actually see like email received, or hollow mail, I guess it would be. And yeah, it's actually labeled Bjornson Logistics employment opportunity.
Johnson Logistics. What is this? I'm gonna access the file and just see if there's more details.
Yeah, you access the file, and as you kind of like peer through this hollow mail, as it kind of like floats, not physically but digitally in front of you, and you kind of like swipe up on the hollow mail, kind of looking through this, and yeah, you see that like you applied to a security personnel position with a starting salary of 120,000 hollow creds a year, which is about twice as much as what you're making right now. It basically states that it wants you to report to Bjornson Logistics by 7 p.m. tonight, or your position will be forfeit and they will look for someone else to fill it. And you actually see kind of like a text file that sounds a little odd, or not a text file, an audio file that sounds a little odd. And you actually hear kind of Leif's voice saying, "I look forward to meeting you." However Leif sounds, I haven't heard his voice yet. And at the bottom, it's actually
I look forward to
signed.
meeting you.
Yeah, there you go. It's actually signed Leif Bjornson, CEO of Bjornson Logistics.
Yeah. So once that like triggered in his receiver, he kind of like sat down for a moment on the roof and just like kind of like wiped his hands clean or whatever. And he just taking a moment to relax from the work he's doing, and he's kind of scanning through the file. He's like, that's strange. I don't remember applying for anything at the Bjornson Logistics. Well, maybe somebody put in a good word for me, but man, that's a lot of credits. I guess I better make a good impression. And he checks the time, like see what he's got left for the day, as far as how quickly he needs to be there.
It is 6:15.
What the? Well, that's inconvenient. So he's gonna, as quickly as possible, wrap up whatever he needs to do, collect up any tools, that kind of thing, so he can book it over to this meeting.
Very nice. Yeah, you kind of pack everything up, and as you pack everything up, you actually see Alphonse kind of like coming up the stairs with a plate of calzones, and they smell delicious. I love calzones.
Right.
And he brings it up the stairs, and that smell of like the fresh kind of like crispy crust, tender flaky crust, kind of oozes over you, and he says, "Oh, you leaving already?"
Oh man, that wife of yours is an angel. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take that to go there, Alphonse. I seem to have an important meeting that I didn't really know about until just this moment, but it's kind of an opportunity I can't pass up, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I understand those. Here,
But
take
I
it.
tell you what, this is all set. In fact, I kind of bypassed some of the limiters that the corporation or the manufacturer puts on. Look, they don't want you to have that much free energy, right? I mean, come on, you got to pay for something. Well, I kind of went around that, so this should be more than you'll ever need.
You see Alphonse kind of like cocks an eyebrow, and he's like, "Is that legal?"
Oh, I mean, absolutely, perfectly. I'm above board always. I don't like to do anything that's underhanded, but it's like your engine, right? It comes from the factory, and they don't want people killing themselves when they go out on the road. So they put limiters so you can only go a certain speed and so forth. It's the same kind of concept. Yeah, perfectly legit.
No.
And
If you say
Spark
so.
is being like Nico is like being totally honest right now. He didn't do anything illegitimate. It was just like purely his understanding of how electronics work and the ways to like manipulate them for the best output.
Very much so. Yeah. Alphonse kind of like shrugs, and he says, "Well, take a calzone, and then maybe come over for a beer sometime." And yeah, he holds up a plate of calzones, and he kind of like picks two off of them and hands them over to you.
Right on. He's yeah. Hey, Alphonse, thanks, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to hang out with you in that garage there. I'll come by. Let's say tomorrow.
That sounds like a plan.
And then he's just gonna hurry on his way to to get them. Now, do I have any idea how far Bjornsson Logistics headquarters is, assuming that's where he needs to go, and how long it's going to take to get there?
You would have to travel through 2 checkpoints to get there. You'd have to go through the Gergoa checkpoint over in the Mongolian district, and then you'd have to continue to check into New Valhalla. If you don't get moving very soon, you will be late. But luckily, your vehicles and transportation like that move at like 500 miles per hour, so it is not going to take too long.
So he kind of curses under his breath, realizing that he doesn't have time to like change, like put on something a little more professional. He's just got like his tech gear on, and it's like, well, damn. And he's just gonna hoof it, just get moving.
Yeah. Do you take like some kind of vehicle? Do you have like a motorcycle or?
So I don't currently own any vehicles, so it's gonna have to be public transport.
Yeah, no problem. So you actually so you hail a taxi
or a cab or something.
And yeah, you see there's a taxi that looks somewhat familiar to Aranimus's taxi with like a smiley face on the front. And
Nice.
yeah, you see a guy's is happy cab. Where can I take you?
Let's see. I gotta go to Bjornsson Logistics headquarters. I think you know where
Kind
it
of
is,
like
right?
looks you up and down. Yeah, I know where it is. The hell are you gonna be
perfect.
doing there?
I got an interview, man. I'm a tech. What do you think? Let's go. He hops in the back.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, man. People are crazy. And yeah, he starts driving over to you see his hover car like shoots out at like 200 miles per hour almost instantly
He's like-
down the road.
So as he's like shuffling into the back of the car, he's like, "Hey, man, you want some of this calzone?" And starts to chow.
And he goes, yeah, he takes it and he starts
So he
eating.
kind of like breaks it in half and like passes it up to the guy.
yeah, he's like,
Careful, man. It's real piping hot there,
Oh.
just fresh out of the oven. So
oh, I'm gonna feel that on the roof of my mouth. And yeah, he's like, oh, this is great. You make this?
I wish I could, but no, you're in the neighborhood, man. Come on.
And he smiles and he like turns the vehicle, hooking a right. And the speed limits, like normally in any of the districts, are usually about like 350. And you see he's like getting up to like 370, 375, kind of like moving through, getting you to where do you need to go. And you see like this very high wall, and you know that is South Central City. Central City kind of encompasses like the whole inner portion of Solarium, and it surrounds Capitol Hill. It is also kind of like circumscribes the outer edge of the Wells District, which is kind of like the area, if you remember in the beginning of the episode, where Lancelot kind of dove down into that like moat or well. That's the Wells District. And yeah, he heads in that direction. He takes a ramp up to kind of like one of the main highways that wrap around Central City. And you pass through the first checkpoint. They let you through, and you continue forward. You get to New Valhalla, and it's a little more like intense of a. It's not like they don't like get in your face or anything, but they definitely are a lot more thorough with looking through everything, making sure everything is good, like checking the license and like taxi license as well of the driver, and kind of just make sure everything is solid. They also scan you here. They scan the back of your neck where you're chipped by the United Crassian States as an Ascended. They don't say anything, but they scan you and they see like it pop up, and they kind of like look over, and you actually see Spark's image show up on like this little like scan gun. And they kind of smile and they say, "You did good work. Thanks for your help." And the guy kind of looks at the other one. "Hey, this is one of them those tough folks." And the other guy kind of smiles and he says, "Another one. Got a couple of them passing into New Valhalla today." And the guy shrugs. They move around. Isn't that right? He kind of like looks over at Spark, and the driver is like munching on a calzone and like slowly kind of turns his head to look at you.
I mean, yeah, you know, we all gotta do what we can. He just tries to like play it off.
And the Valhallan guard kind of like shrugs. He's like, well, keep it up and have a safe trip. And yeah, he
like
go ahead.
he locks eyes for a moment. Like Nico is a real straight shooter, so he locks eyes with the guy and like gives him a nod, like, you know, affirmative kind of nod. But at the same time, he's also like trying to be low key. So he kind of just, it's this brief moment, you know, just in passing of like, you know, I will, and then back to just kind of like keeping his eyes down.
Yeah, and the guard is just like, oh yeah, sorry man, and kind of like walks over to his post, pounds a red button on the wall, and yeah, you see the shields that block anyone from, like, you would have been disintegrated if you would have passed through that. Like the whole vehicle, your body, everything would have been gone, as these are like going through lava, and these shields go up, and they let you through into New Valhalla. And you enter through, and you saw as you walk through, like, there are what look like, you know, futuristic, like cyberpunk-esque, like mead halls and like kind of like floating ravens that are clutching like advertisement signs and stuff like that kind of throughout New Valhalla as you move through the area. And right in the center of New Valhalla is a huge spaceport, and you actually see near that spaceport Bjornsson Logistics, and the cabbie drives you the rest of the way to the Bjornsson Logistics, and as you get out of the car, you can see this like almost 100-floor building above you.
Jim, can we back up just a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I think during the trip, Nico would definitely sort of ply the cabbie, just a, sort of an open-end question of like, hey, so what do you know about this place anyway?
What, New Valhalla?
I mean, Bjornsson Logistics. You ever get out this way? I mean, I spend most of my time in, you know, Piga Roma, but
Look, man,
I've been here once or twice. But
the shield guard are pretty particular here. Normally I don't like to go through New Valhalla too much. You know, I kind of like to gamble and stuff like that, you know, kind of on the low key, and you know, that's illegal in Solarium, so you kind of like, you know, so I don't travel here much, but etiquette is everything, you know, like they honor their guests and very particular on how you treat people. So just don't be a dick, and you should be all right.
That's good advice.
You've been
Thanks,
good
man.
so
I appreciate
far.
that.
If that means anything.
Right on. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, no problem. What did they mean back there? One of those powerful people or whatever.
They probably recognize I do some mercenary work every now and again. You know, probably something like that.
That's awesome. I love how you're just like, I'm a mercenary. That's great. Yeah, the guy kind of like shrugs.
Well, I mean, let's be clear. Nico is very obviously a military guy. Like, it's very clear that he's either current or ex-military. Just, you know, the cut of his hair, the way he dresses, the way he like he's one of those meticulous guys of like, you know, shirt's always tucked in, the pants are, you know, creased, and you know, all of his gear is stowed and everything like that. So, you know, knife on the belt and the flashlight on the belt and all that, kind of like, you know, a tech guy, like very clearly that type. So
Very
and
nice.
he's not a small guy either. Like he's pretty fit dude. So it's, you know, it's probably obvious that, you know, anyway. So yeah, he's not very shy about it, and he also doesn't want to be like, even though it's known that he, you know, he's on the list, quote unquote, he's just, you know, he's still a little it's so new to him. All
Yeah.
of this is still so
Yeah.
new. So it like freaks him out a little bit when people start making a fuss, and he kind of just, it doesn't know what to do with it.
No problem. And the cabbie just kind of like, huh? Yeah, I could see that, as he looks at you like in the rearview mirror, and he says, "Well, we're here." And you're pulled up to Bjornson Logistics, and yeah, go ahead.
So getting out of the cab, he like takes a look at whatever the tab is, and he'll throw in like another 10 or 20 credits, whatever seems reasonable, but like a solid tip to the guy for the info, but also for getting him here quickly, which is great.
Yeah, you've got about like 5 minutes to spare, and the guy kind of like gives you a little salute, and he says, "No problem. Now here's my card.
Hopefully I'll see you back in the village."
You need to get anywhere, give me a call." And he hands you his card.
Yeah, Nico grabs it, sticks it in one of his pockets for the moment, and then as quickly as possible, he just like does a quick scan of the facility and goes like main entrance quickly as possible.
So
Dude, put that in your inventory. That guy's gonna be a recurring character. I can feel it.
I hope so.
Tony, why don't you describe what Bjornson Logistics is supposed to look like, since you're the CEO?
So first of all, you're moving through New Valhalla, which is this futuristic, elegant. The area that you're in is very an elegant. Take Vikings and put them into the future. The buildings are made of this material that is the pseudo metal, grafted wooden look that you feel like you're in the middle of a business section, but it's actually almost like you're going through a village. You get this like old world feel, and you can actually smell that in the air. And there's like you get the fish smell that's coming off of the water, and you can smell, there's industry here, but it's still home. And there's buildings that literally have the ground growing on top of it in a very like synergetic way, where ecology is actually something they care about. And you pull up to this massive building that, although it's this building that stands out, it still feels just as welcoming as the rest. And the same thing, this architecture goes up the walls. You see these like little outlets that have ravens and wolves, almost like where gargoyles would be, but not like menacing, just a protector all around. And you might see old world writing on the side, and maybe a weapon or two from ancient times, and an explanation of where in the Bjornson family this spawned from. And you would see other outlets praising Odin and the other gods along the way as you walk into the building. And as soon as you walk in the building, the glass interior fades into almost mead hall-esque, but like if you were to take a Viking and you walked into their home, there's a big fire that's behind a desk where AI sits, and people bustling back and forth, carrying on conversations, and HoloNet readers on everyone's wrist going off as business is being put through, but the dimly lit light kind of flickering as if you were ready to walk up, sit down, share a story, and have a drink. So in front of you is just this desk made of wood, beautiful old world wood that is fake, because they're not chopping down a bunch of trees. But it's made to look like, it almost smells like it too, these incense that are burning. And there's just an AI sitting there at the front desk as these people are moving around you, and there's an elevators off to the sides and repulsor lift elevators and whatnot. Bjorn Logistics.
Very, very, very beautiful, Tony. I love it. And as you walk in, you can actually see, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, but you can see kind of on the second, so you've got like the first floor of this that Tony's described, and then like kind of like a second like balcony around the ledge and or above you, and you can actually see like statues of the predecessors of Bjornson Logistics, going through and creating like these statues until you see a spot where Leif is located. Yeah,
you see a picture of Leif Bjornson, mid-20s, you know, it's actually an oil painting. Even though you're in this futuristic world, there is this sense of old world through everything that you're going through. And as you walk through and you see like a picture of literally an old world Viking painting with a hammer above it, and it explains, you know, who this person was 2,000 years ago. And you get this like the Jarls of time in this Hall of Jarls. And at the very end, as you're getting, I guess we can fast forward a little bit, James, to where you're about to come into like the corporate offices, you see an oil painting of a man with this old world chair in some sort of library-esque den with a fireplace behind him and books lining the walls, and a picture of his father, his grandfather, his father, and their wives actually painted in to the painting, as if you're looking at his, like a snapshot of his den. There's a painting in the painting of his family, and he's standing behind this chair in front in the foreground, and it's tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, stout but thin-framed Leif Bjornsson with a half-cocked smile as he just kind of stands there. And that's the last picture that you see, with nothing hanging above the picture as far as weaponry or penmanship or a book or anything that designates him as the Jarl's accomplishment. It's just the painting, and it's you can still smell the oil. Like it's not that old. Like it's relatively new.
Very nice.
That's
Thank you
in
so
Leif's
much.
office, or is that in like the entry?
Right before, like, so imagine a hallway that you're walking down, and then you're about to enter the corporate offices. I would say, James, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You're about to walk in the corporate offices, and that's the last painting, and there's the door that's like, you know, whatever, Jarl's quarters or whatever it is. Like, you're about to walk into the brain center of Bjorn Logistics.
Yep. And yeah, you walk over, and I believe that Sionis, Leif is on the top floor of this building, correct?
Yeah, you could walk in that office, and you probably got a straight shot. You know, you're in the brain center, and you're going to want to take up to because at the very top was
very
you'll
top. So
there.
yeah, Spark, as you kind of like walk, you know, through this area, you head through that doorway, and you can see, like, you know, to the executive office, kind of like on like a plaque, and you walk through and you enter into a lift. And it's got like clear glass around it. You know, it's not like in an elevator, but it also has kind of like this old world feel of, like, you know, something with like that you would hand crank to like lift somebody up. As there's like wood inlays and such around this glass as you're kind of like lifted all the way up, and it's vast. I mean, you get up to the top floor in T-minus like 10 seconds. Just
yeah, it's a repulsor lift. It just
yep. And you hear a ding, and the doors open, and
no, just kidding.
yeah, and the doors just like slide open, and you see this beautiful room. There is like the rug of like a dire wolf on the floor, fox, not real. And kind of like leading you as the head kind of like looks towards a central kind of like arch with two large wooden doors, and you can see like runic knotwork and things such as that kind of on the outer edge of that doorway. And yeah, you can actually hear voices from within that room. And as you're actually ascending from that get it from that lift, we actually fade out. We are going to, and I'm sorry for the raiders, but I know that some of us may need to use the restroom, grab some food, so we are going to actually take our break quick, check back in 10 minutes, and you'll see all of our beautiful faces back here, as when we return, we are going to rewind time for about a few minutes and play out Sionis' scene before we see what happens. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been an absolute blast. We will return. I don't know if Narissa is more excited about the break or about coming back to get some food.
All of it. And I did order a pizza specifically to get in
Yes!
character.
Aha, I dig it.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. We will return in 10 minutes and see you then. All right, everyone. We are back. Thank you for being patient. And we are back for some more Ascended. Aranimus will be with us in just a moment. He's enjoying some lovely grub. And yeah, when we fade back into view, we see Leif Bjornsson, the CEO of Bjornsson Logistics, sitting in his very fine, very Nordic, pristine. Would you call your office pristine? Are you like a cleanly kind of person?
Yeah, it would be yeah, his desk might be slightly disarray. There's more papers than there needs to be for as technological as the world is. He has like a lot of notebooks, and there might be like a screen up, but there's like a spreadsheet printed out, or it's like their version of like whatever printing out would be. Maybe not a printout, sorry, just another screen where it's like written out and there's like a pencil that you can tell he's been filling things in.
Yeah.
Very much like, you know, he's compensating for lack of understanding how electronics really work. You know, so he's got like pen and paper and stuff like that. But the rest of the office is very pristine. You might see like a hovering drone that's like glazing over the bookshelves with some sort of like, you know, dust ray, you know, or whatever it is that's getting rid of bacteria, and there's some other AI moving around with some actually organic people like actually there as well.
Okay. I just want to give a shout out to Jim the Dim for being our
Yay!
600th follower. Thank you so much, everybody. We hit 600. That's amazing.
Yeah.
In the future,
600.
we plan on doing giveaways when we hit certain milestones, but we will be doing that hopefully in the next couple months. So stick around, everybody. And Leif, you are in your office, and you actually have kind of like a news broadcast on kind of on the side, you know, background noise, looking to pick up anything that might be of interest as you're kind of going through and, you know, looking through all of your spreadsheets, you know, business invoices, all that kind of stuff. And something in this news broadcast kind of piques your interest as the news broadcast actually starts to like fizzle and artifact a bit, and you start to hear the broadcaster kind of like stutter for a moment. It seems like we are having some issues with the broadcast. Give me 1 second, please. And you see like the broadcast kind of like fades a little bit and starts like twitching almost. And then solidifies like a few moments later. It's no problem, folks. We are back. Maximus Global covering all of your excellent newscasts for this week. And we start to see this individual kind of go over the bland things happening, what the weather is, you know, going to the meteorologist, that kind of stuff. And then all the hemming and hawing of stuff that just doesn't really pique your interest until
Right about then I start pouring a drink. Like you see me moving over and grab some of me, and I'm pouring myself a drink in like this beautiful wooden mug, a Stein-esque looking, that has these accents that go around it, that maybe has like a hovering hollow advertisement for the brand of mead that it is, and I, you know, pour it in and drinking one back.
Very nice. And we see you kind of like lean back, drinking from that Stein, and this very, very fine, like very good, like honeyed mead with like a little bit of like a berryish flavor to it, kind of go down your throat, and it gives you that very warm sensation. Until you hear the news broadcaster kind of like, all right, and back to you, S.A. Habib. And we see this kind of like tall, dark, and handsome, kind of like heartthrob of Maximus Global, of the Channel 16 news team, kind of come on. And you know, this guy's just always looking for a good story and continuously trying to gain more popularity and social status. You've actually seen him not just on the news broadcast, but in like magazine covers and things like that, kind of like perpetuating how big of like a reporter this guy is. And he says, well, thank you very much. Today I have something to cover about the horrible Eranimus. Look at this footage caught by me and my crew just a few weeks ago. And we see this scene of Eranimus like running through the streets as a gorilla, like trying to find some kind of like enemy or something like that, kind of in the streets. Some of the streets are like torn up and cracked. And Eranimus, who were you trying to find while you were being videotaped to not your knowledge?
It was oh man, I have that name written.
As that's happening, Leif would have got up and he's actually standing in front of this projector, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's taking in every detail. He's studying this Eranimus.
He was chasing after some bank robbers. They weren't like regular bank robbers. They had like these high-powered weapons. So they, the cops tried to stop them, and they just blew right through the blockade. And so that's when I showed up. I was kind of in the area, heard all the commotion, went, saw what happened, and then kind of took to action.
Excellent. Yeah, and we see you kind of like going through helping out police as best you can. At least that's what you would remember from it. The video footage actually shows you almost like artifacts and looks a little strange, as it shows you actually like backhanding a Valhallan shield guard member, and they like fly through the air and slam into a building, as like you only see them like course out of the video footage. And you see someone like approaching the camera, and you see D-Murder. This like large brick shit house of a man. He's got like salt and pepper flat top, and he's got a scar going across his cheek. And you, Sionis, know that D-Murder is a leader of the Murtis crime family in Omenaju, and has a major vendetta against Eranimus for some reason. You're not sure why. And you see this person like walk up to the camera, and you can actually hear Mr. Habib's voice like quavering in the video footage as this dude like walks up and like grabs the camera and just starts speaking into the camera about how he's gonna kill Eranimus and deal with the issue. And it turns out that this reporter is painting Eranimus to be the bad guy, when you notice that D-Murder is the one breaking a bunch of laws.
All right. So you see Leif reach into his pocket, and he has this little slip, sort of like a data chip, and you see him plug it into some almost pseudo-hidden slot in his wrist communicator watch, and he's going to make a call to his AI at home on his secure channel.
Okay.
And he says, Felagi, come in.
Yes, master. What can I do for you?
I need some reading material. Give me everything you got on an Eranimus Ascended, named Eranimus, and D-Murder, and send it down to the crypt for me to look at later.
Roger. We'll do this.
And, hey, make me a grilled cheese tonight, will you?
As always. Tomato.
No, I'll just go plain tonight. A little bit of garlic, maybe.
Will do. Disconnecting.
And the transmission
Later.
disconnects. Yeah, your AI at home begins up making some
I
grilled
take the
cheese.
chip out and hide it back in my pants where it was hidden.
Very nice. You your door opens, and you see one of your AI from the building here come into the room and close the door. And this is kind of like a butler AI. The hands are behind its back, and it approaches and kind of gives you a quick bow, and going on the right knee as he bows, and then stands back up.
Jarl Bjornsson.
Your mother is here. Would you like me to send her up?
Sure.
There is a man with her. I have not seen him before.
Yeah. Prep mead, water, the normal, whatever. I don't know who this person is, so get the normal spread in here ASAP, and mom, what mom wants. Get her, you got this. You got this, right? Like you got this,
I can take
right?
care of this for you. And
Okay, excellent.
And he nods, he as he's the AI is kind of like moving forward, this kind of like droidish AI, not like a Star Wars droid. He actually looks like somewhat human. Kind of moves through, and the figure kind of turns and looks at you and says,
would you like me to patch the feed through to you?
Yeah. Which feed? What?
The feed of the guest.
and essentially he's asking if you want to see the feed of the person that's with your mother.
Sure. That would be, patch it through to one of my slim pads, please. That damn computer thing on the desk. I don't know what y'all got going on with that. I don't know who bought that shit. Just send it to my slim feed, please. That's the best. My slim pad.
I can do so. One moment.
And you see them kind of like duck their head, and like literally a millisecond later, as they do this, you can see feed come up on like your holo pad, and you notice your mother is like crossed arms with a man, which is she hasn't dated ever since dad died, or since your grandfather died. And like she's got her arm hooked on this guy, and he looks okay. Like he seems kind of like a tough guy, like trying to put on an act a bit. She's like giggling and like talking with him, and she hops onto the elevator and starts getting lifted up to your office. And you're able to like follow them as they're going through. She kisses him on the cheek, and very strange.
Who the is this guy? That's what Leif says, like not nonchalantly. Like, the is this guy? And he just, tosses the pad onto the desk, and he's standing there. And the same picture that you see in the hallway is actually his office. It's now been revealed as his office, and he takes the same stance, and he's from like when it was in the picture because he thinks that's like official. So he stands behind the chair, and he puts his hand on it. He's like standing there waiting for them to come in.
And the AI kind of comes through from one of your speakers quietly, and
they're approaching. Opening the door now. Good luck.
And the door swings open, and you see your beautiful mother walk through the door, like braided blonde hair, very like strong jaw, with like a few like minor scars on her face from a couple like scuffs that she got into like back in the day when she was younger. She's wearing a very fine, like bluish, like silverish dress that kind of falls to the floor. And she's got this guy that's wearing kind of like almost looks like a more formal like trench coat. And he's got like, those kind of like chain shirts that some guys wear that were like the holes in it are a little bit bigger than normal. And you can kind of see some of the chest and some of the muscle. He's got like that underneath it with like a silver chain. He's
cool.
Bald headed. He's got a couple tattoos, and his sleeves are super long, and he kind of walks in with his arm around your mother's waist, and he says, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Jax."
I'm doing great.
And he like holds out his hand to shake you. My name's Jax.
Jax?
Yeah,
hello,
pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Leif. I'm Jarl Bjornsson. This is my office and my building. and that's my mother. Hello, Jax. How do you know my mother?
And your mom kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, Leif, I met Jax a few weeks ago. We've gone on a couple dates. He's super nice."
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great, Jax. Welcome. Please have a seat right over here. Is there anything that I could get you to drink?
You actually see your AI kind of walk into the room and set out a platter of like salmon spread and crackers and mead, and kind of sets it out on a table by the chairs. And he says,
I have taken care of that for you.
and kind of looks at you like a long stare. Like even though this is a computerized thing, like it knows that this is not good, and then like turns
Jax,
and walks away.
do you have a last name by chance? What clan are you with?
What you know, I'm not really from around here, you know. I live in the Empire Prefecture.
Oh, cool. What's your last name?
It's Samson. Jack Samson.
Jack Sampson. And I turn and I look at my AI. What's the AI's name in the office? Let's give it a name so I can call it something.
I don't know.
Thor. I look at Thor. Great, Tony. That was invented. I look at Thor, my AI office, and
Assistant.
I say, assistant, and I just kind of look at it. I'm like, Jax Sampson. And I just kind of look at that, kind of like triggering, like, I want every goddamn thing you have on Jack Sampson and anyone he's ever met. And like, I just kind of look at him like, thank you, Thor. But I look back at Jack.
Thor kind of like very, very lightly bows so that Jax or your mom can't see it. And he walks through the door. And yeah, Jax is kind of just looking around, and your mom kind of like pushes herself away from him a little bit and kind of comes up to you, and she says, "Look, please, don't make this weird. It's been a long time. I got lonely."
Oh, hey, Mom, I mean, and you see that this demeanor of, you know, him boasting kind of drops, and he's like, look, Mom, I'm not trying to. Sorry, Jax. That's my mom. So, if I come off a little guarded, that's my mom. So,
Look, you know, Leif, it's so I can call you Leif, right?
no, you can call me Jarl.
All right, Jarl. Look, I get it. You know, I'm a little bit older than you. You know, you're still kind of a kid, and like I know this kind of situation is a little strange, but look, your mom's a great woman. I mean, you know that, and I'm a good guy. Can you roll me a notice check, please?
Find that out.
Can you roll me a notice check, please, Sionis?
Sure. Yes. Exploding dice. That's a 14.
It's a 14. So he kind of stretches out his arms, and you see on his left inner wrist 3 green slashes, which is the sigil of the Fangs of Loki, a criminal gang organization within New Valhalla. And you just see the very tips of those symbols. He says, "Look, you know, we can be buds. We can get a beer. You know, you're legal drinking age, right?"
Yeah. I'm legal to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real cute. You've been hanging out with my mom long, huh? You said a couple weeks.
Sorry, James is really excited right now.
That's cool, Mom. Everything okay? For reals?
Yeah, everything's great. What's going on with you? You got really tense.
Oh, I just had a long day. Hey, Jax, would you do me a favor? There's a waiting room outside. I've got some family business. You know how it is, the clan. Would you mind waiting outside for me?
No, Not at
just
all.
the area.
Not at all,
Yeah,
kid.
Thor will show you.
No problem.
And I just hear me say, kid, yeah, you betcha. Yeah, that's Jarl, but you know,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
in
He
my
turns
building.
around and starts
Thank you.
walking out. Sionis. He takes 3 steps towards the door, and you see him reach behind his trench coat and go to turn, and you see a gun show up in his hand. What do you do?
Shit.
Does Mom
Immediately,
know?
as soon as that happens, you see Sionis bow out and hover in the air, and he hits something on his wrist, and all of the windows go completely dark. And he's reaching out his hand, and as his hand is reaching out, I want to grasp his hand that has the weapon and try to take control of it with my psychic powers.
Okay. Go ahead and roll matter
Using-
control.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you trying? I mean, Mom might see this. I'm gonna have her.
Actually, I think it'd be telekinesis. Oh, I'm hovering. Like, oh yeah, he's.
Oh, does your mom know that you're Sionis?
No, she does now.
Okay.
Like, there they. And I'm gonna roll telekinesis.
Okay. That's awesome.
Oh,
Exploding dice. 10. That's a 10.
That is a 10. You get control of his weapon, and he just says, "What the shit?" As like he's grabbing onto the weapon, and you're like starting to move the weapon around. What do you do? Are you trying to like get it out of his hand?
No, I'm causing damage to his hand and arm. I'm crushing. As he's
Oh.
holding the gun, I'm psychically crushing his hand and into the gun, and I just did rolled a 7 on the damage as I'm literally cracking the bones of his hands and wrist
Plus 1
with my
from
psych
Mac
as I'm
Jackson, right?
floating there.
+1 from Mac
Oh,
Jackal. Do you want to
+1,
apply that?
Plus 1
8.
back.
Yeah, 8 damage as I'm crushing his hand using my force and the gun together.
You hear the squealing of metal as you start crushing his hand, and you see the flesh kind of peel away to show robotics. And your mom is like freaking the out as this is happening. Like, what is going on? Yeah, you crush his hand around the gun, and yeah, you can see that he has a cybernetic arm. And I need you to roll initiative.
Oh shit! You mean deal cards?
Or deal cards, sorry. New game, who dis?
Hello, folks. Welcome to Sionis. The shit just got real.
By the way,
Don't mess with my mama.
you hear some shouting from outside of Sionis's chamber. As Spark, you come through the doors. Outside, there's about a 30-foot gap between you and the big doors at the end, and I also will be dealing cards to you.
Are the doors closed?
Doors are closed.
They're closed and blacked out. Like you can tell, there's like
Yep.
a window, like you can see through it, but they are blacked out.
One hell of an interview.
Yeah,
That's for damn sure.
right. Oh man. I
Just for the
love
record,
this.
James, Mom knows nothing of Blave's superpowers, backstory-esque superpowers.
You're welcome. I was wondering what you were going to do.
No, that's fine. Like that triggered. That's exactly how he would handle that.
All right. I have the guy on the combat tracker here, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to deal cards here. And deal to all. And Thug with the Queen of Clubs. Sionis with a 7 of Hearts, and Spark with a 7 of Diamonds. So the Thug will go first. As you start like crushing his hand, he goes and like turns towards you with his other arm as he pulls out another pistol and kind of like grimaces in pain. And he says, "Your Mengander says hi," and fires off a shot at you.
Mother. Okay.
He only gets a 2, so he does not succeed. As how do you deflect this bullet?
It starts coming in at me, and it just comes out of my head and stops. And then you see it kind of crush inward as if they hit something, and then just drop to the ground.
Okay. 1 second. Do.
So what you're saying is you're Neo in this moment?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just throwing shit out there. Like, I was not expecting shit. This is
no, I
crazy.
mean with the bullets, right? You don't.
Yeah.
You don't need
Yeah, he
to
picks one
dodge
up and looks at it.
And I'm sorry, not bullets. They're lasers. This is not like a regular pistol. This is like a laser pistol.
In that case, he just kind of dodges and it hits the desk behind him. We'll just say that.
Very good. Oh, that is dope. You can just drag weapons onto the enemies on the tracker, and it gives them the stats for that weapon. That is so cool. That's so cool.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that's
And
badass.
yeah, that's what he does on his turn. Is he fires off that second shot? That's his turn. He is also going to move towards the back door, facing you, kind of backing up. He gets to the door, and Sionis, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Since Spark and I have got the same role, can I default to Spark for like narrative flavor that I was ducking, and Spark?
I'm
to
totally
give
cool
Spark
with
his
that.
chance.
Spark,
Yeah.
what would you like to do as you hear a little like from the door, like something just like hit it, not like hard.
Did I hear the
firing? Yeah.
Mother screaming?
You sure did, and you heard like a.
And- So it sounded like a weapon discharged.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of like that instinctual, like there's probably a second where he maybe like almost half ducks, just a little bit, like dips a little, like he needs to duck, and then realizes it's coming from behind the door, and it's just gonna just charge towards the door, try to get him open.
All right.
Do they seem to open in or out into the?
They open.
They all open in and they're unlocked. Like the windows went dark, but like he was not going to lock the door so security can get in if needed.
So, so he's just gonna shoulder check the door.
I love it. I love it. So in Savage Worlds, you can take multiple actions per turn. You can take up to 3. And for each subsequent action, you get a -2 to the roll. So if you take one action, there's no minuses. There may be pluses that I give you. There might be minuses I give you just situationally. If you take 2 actions, it's -2. 3 actions, it's -4 to each action you take. So if you want, you can shoulder check through the door. If you get through the door, you can make an attack or do something else if you want.
Let me see, because he'll need a moment to sort of like, gather what's happening in the situation. So yeah, let's start with the door check. Let's see if he can get through the door without destroying his shoulder.
Okay. Now, one thing I do want to make you aware of, you do have to choose if you want to take multiple actions before you roll.
Oh.
Yeah, because then, since you're doing multiple actions in your turn, it has, each one of those actions would take those minuses.
It's retroactive
yes?
back to the first action.
Yeah.
So yes, and I will declare ahead of time that it will be a non-lethal attack.
Sounds good. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll click to the right of modifier. You're going to see something that says 1
2
action.
actions?
Just mark it as 2 and then make your roll. And this is
Okay.
going to be an athletics check. I think it's athletics, right?
Oh, you know what? I have a +1 from the very beginning from Mode Light. Thank you, sir. And I am gonna use it for the second part because that will probably be more beneficial. So
Okay.
let's just do this first. What do you want for this?
This
trying
would be
to
an
knock the door
athletics.
down. Okay. Here we go. Athletics coming up. Oh,
That is a
gosh,
0. Are
that's
you going to keep
terrible.
that? You have bennies.
no, of course not. Let me throw Benny at that. Here we go. Let's try that one more time.
Do it.
Come on. That's
Oh,
what
that's
I
an exploding
wanted.
dice. That's a 9.
9. So success with a raise.
Very good.
Is he like he's has his back to the door? I want to knock him on his face if I can.
Yeah, you totally do that. Yeah, you slam the door open. Your doors like swing open, and you actually hear like a ugh from Jax as the bars of the door slam into his back, and he just goes wham right on the floor.
And do I see the gun in his hand?
The gun
Or
actually
does it-
falls out of his hand and slides over about like maybe 5 feet towards this. You see Leif Bjornsson, or who you assume to be Leif Bjornsson, kind of like behind a desk, and you see a woman that's got like her hands over her head, kind of ducked to the left of the desk, and it seems like she's kind of reaching for some kind of weapon or something on the desk.
And is Leif still floating in the air? Is he still hovering?
No, I think that maybe he ducked I'm thinking that he ducked out of the laser shot, and is probably rolling on the ground somewhere, like towards his mom, probably.
Yeah. All right. So with his combat training, Spark takes this quick assessment of the situation. He's like, okay, the person behind the desk probably belongs behind the desk. There's a woman screaming. They look like they might even be related. This guy on the floor is probably the bad guy. I'm gonna knock him in the back of the head.
Okay.
So I will use my melee attack, and I will charge it up. So there's this split second where Spark makes a fist, and like electricity just starts to charge around his knuckles, and then just gonna try to bash him in the back of the head.
All right, I'm gonna give you a +2 to this roll because he is on the ground.
Okay, cool. So +2 -2 is that?
That would just-
Oh well, it's automatically gonna do that because of the 2 actions, right?
Yes, and so you just put
Okay.
+2 in there in the modifier, and that'll even that out for this this action.
Okay, and I'm gonna use the +1 now from the chat. Thank you, chat. All right, here we go.
All right.
Here it comes. Melee attack.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's only
terrible.
a 3. Oh
yeah,
man,
that's Benny.
spending a Benny. All right,
Do it.
yes,
+3
spend them now.
and melee attack.
There
Oh,
you go.
nice.
That's an 8.
Okay, I'll take that one. So that's that's success with a raise, yeah?
That is a
Yeah.
success with a
Yep.
raise. So then your
Let me see if-
damage die will roll twice,
Oh, nice. Is that okay?
and it'll do it
Spectacular.
automatically. Oh, it might not
should
do
do it
it
automatically.
It should do it automatically, I believe.
Well, let's see what happens. And again, it's non-lethal. I saw an explosion there. That's 12.
That
So
you
I guess maybe it didn't.
you smash him on the. I think it's just because we're not using the tokens on the map for the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
So technically, it does another.
Yeah, you would want to roll one more d6.
Yep.
Okay,
D6.
one more d6. Okay, here we go.
If it explodes, you have to explode it manually. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so
16.
total of 16. So that's a success with 3 raises. 4 raises.
That's
Damage
4.
does not work that way.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Get excited.
yeah, you smack him in the back of the head, and you hear, ugh, and then
Yeah,
he just
and
goes, and he gets knocked out. You knock him out.
Yes, just crack him on the back of the, like right at the base of his skull, and then between just hitting in the right spot, and then at the same time, this electrical charge just like jolts through his spinal cord. So he's, but again, not trying to kill a guy. I just want to like
Yeah,
incapacitate
no,
him
he's not
completely.
dead. No, he's still breathing. His
Uh,
nose is
so-
bleeding though, because his face just got
So
smashed
Spark-
into the floor.
So Spark does this, knocks the guy in the back of the head, sees that he's like, out, and he stands up and he says, yeah, I'm here for an interview.
And
Oh my god, that's
you see Sionis, because now it's Sionis' turn. You see Sionis just reach his hand out, and the gun just flies to his hand. This guy's gun just flies into his hand, and he's pointing it at Spark, and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's put his hand to his mother, and is moving his mother behind him.
Yeah, your mom moves behind you.
Hey, that's a nice trick there, sir. Yeah, I'm, Niccolo Fulmini. You can call me Nico, but, I guess, you might know me as Spark. What's with this guy trying to attack you or something? I heard the woman screaming, and I just kind of went into action. That's the.
Are
kind of
you
guy
with
I
him?
am.
And I just point with the gun. Are you with this guy? Well, apparently not. You just knocked him out. Okay, look. Sit down over there. And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is. I just got my gun trained on you, and I'm like, sit over there. And I'm Thor. Get in here.
And
sure.
Thor comes into the room.
Anything you say.
Thor comes into the room and he says,
Jarl, I have verified that an application has been coming through the system rapidly. I've tried to delete it many times, but it keeps popping up for a Nicolo Fumare?
Fumine.
Fumene.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna put a pin in all that. All right, Nico, chill. Thor, stand there. Don't move. Here, Thor, take this gun. And I throw the gun at Thor. Put the gun on that guy. And
and he
I
just
turn to my
immediately, like,
mom.
he catches it midair and just points it straight at the guy.
Yeah, Nico. And I go, Mom, and I run over and I wrap my hands around Mother. And I'm like, it's okay. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. What the hell? What is going on? And she she gets mad. What did you do?
No, it's the office, Ma. Like, I've got anti-grav stuff around here that I control. Like, tech stuff.
I
and
have never.
It's part of the security.
I have never heard of any anti-grav tech in Bjornsson Logistics. Leif?
I mean,
When did those get
upgrades,
installed?
A new job. Sorry, what's that, Ma?
When did those get installed?
Last week-ish. Some around there.
Can you roll me? Oh my god, I love this. Can you go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, please?
Oh God. Okay, 1 second. All right.
Welcome, Raiders.
Come on. Keep exploding.
Explosions! That's an 11.
Yeah, 11.
Your mom kind of like looks skeptical at you. She's like, I don't know.
Ma, look, come here. Make sure you're okay. Here, sit down, please. Here's some water. Did you get hit by anything? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm fine. Pink? I need a drink.
Yeah.
And she like grabs
Mom.
she grabs your stein and like pours it back and sets it on the table.
Yeah, I got have it. Ma, you got to stay off that HoloNet. Fender.
Look, I signed up the Holo
app.
Book a couple weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's not the best place.
Okay. This guy. I mean, all right, Ma. Okay. Anyways, chill here. Thor, have you alerted the shield watch? Are they on their way?
Yes, they should be arriving any moment now.
Excellent. Okay, you, Nico. Thanks. To start with.
Yeah, anytime.
What's this position? What position are you applying for at Bjorn Logistics?
Well, I am not exactly sure. In fact, I don't think I ever actually applied, but I got a message that I was supposed to come and get interviewed here, so I showed up, and looks like maybe just in time.
Yeah. I'll go to my desk. Thor sent it to my slim pad, and it's not just one. Like, to clarify, it's not a slim pad on his desk. It is like 12, and so he's like, okay, he's like looking through them. He's like, okay, which one is it? Which one is, like, he's waiting for it, one of them to ding, so he knows that's the one he needs to pick up.
And you
And
hear
so
this
he's
like,
like, It's like, oh shit, it's down there. It's like under his desk now. And okay, that's the one. And he flips it, and he's like, so personal guard, right, DM? Is that,
yes, it was
for?
security
Yeah.
personnel.
Yeah, security personnel. Well, okay. All right. So apparently, I'm hiring or looking for someone as personal security for me. apparently. You know, it's being a Jarl, like there's a lot, like I got stuff that I do all day. And so yeah,
Honey,
qualifications.
that man
I'm
just
gonna
saved your
scroll.
life. Her mom says.
Yeah, well, you know, like I mean, I gotta interview the guy, you know, like I mean, hey,
Should
like
we?
you're winning right now, like you're doing really good on this interview, just letting you know, like to start off with. I'm just gonna take a look at your qualifications really quick. Well, we're just waiting for the shield guard. Leif doesn't know what the hell he's got doing right now.
The shield guard has arrived.
Oh, excellent. Just let him on up. Free passage. So, Nico, what do I see through when I'm flipping through like your security qualifications? Like, what is your dossier?
Yeah. Wow. Security. That's kind of not really my specialty. I mean, I'm more of a technician, mechanic. And so, as you're skimming through, you'll see like you definitely would see like military experience, and he's got like training in like airship repair, like helicopter, fighter jet repair, and this kind of thing. You know, all these different like technical skills. That's sort of the primary stuff you see on there. But there are things like basic arms, weapons, and all that kind of thing. And you would also probably, I would guess, see that he is on the register for the Ascension. So,
hey Thor, hey, we still got that new thing going down in R&D, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, Nico, and I just kind of tossed this thing on my desk in the mess of pads. All right. So check it out, bro. I mean, and he goes back and stands behind his chair, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna make you an offer. You've already shown that you're quite capable. The fact that you're tagged, meaning ascended, I don't care about that.
yeah.
Just straight up. We don't even need to talk about that. But here's the thing. I love what you got going on with your tech stuff. I'm going to put you in my R&D department. Plus, I'm going to need you to work with me as my personal guard. Like a driver, like not my personal assistant, but just kind of like my personal security. And then you get free reign to do what you got to do down in R&D. You know, it's up to you, man. But I need a personal guard. I need help, obviously. Is that something you'd be interested in? And whatever the job was, I'll double that. Whatever the job was before. Well, how much were we going to pay this guy, Thor?
125,000 credits a year.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just give him how's 300K? Does that work? Is that okay? Do you want more, or is that gonna work?
Nico is really trying hard not to like freak out and like his eyes are bugging out a little bit. Like these numbers are just sort of boggling his mind, and he's got a sense of like the tech that's available and here in the building and what have you. And so there's kind of this really awkward pause as you ask him that before he responds. He's kind of like a whole wash of stuff goes across his face. I'm like, okay, right, R&D. You mean like I get access to Bjornson Logistic Tech? And all you really want me to do is like,
I mean, if you want
drive
to,
you around.
Is that cool? I mean, is that something you'd be interested in? Like you'd be my personal assistant, so you would be like my second in charge in a lot of, not in charge of the company, but like if you're going to work with me that closely, you're going to have my access because you've got to get to every floor I can get into. So you're going to, you're my personal guard. Unless, I mean, we can find something else. Like I think there's something in catering maybe, or oh,
No, don't get me wrong. This is like, look, I've just had the strangest day you can probably imagine. Like, I didn't even know I was gonna be here today, and like, I got a message about an hour ago that I was supposed to be here for an interview, and then I show up and this. And now we got to deal with the shield guard, which I guess okay, that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that, but like at the same time, because I mean you were being assaulted. Let's face it. But like I think we need to slow things down a bit and maybe have a conversation first. This is a lot.
Okay. You think that's what's best?
I mean, yeah. I do.
Okay. Great. I think that's great. Oh, well, do you want the job? I mean, it's yours.
I mean, tentatively, yeah, that sounds fantastic. I mean, that's like 3 times more than I ever made in my life. So of course, I want
my
the
mom's
job.
name, by the way? I don't know. I don't think we ever named my
God,
mother,
I don't know.
James.
Regina? No, that's not very Viking.
Lagatha.
Lagatha. There we go.
Yeah, this is my mom, Lagatha.
Let the
Bjornsson.
chat name her.
Mom.
We need a good Viking name.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
her.
yeah,
chat.
great.
You get to
Chat, name my mom.
You get to name Sionis' mom. That's great. I love that idea.
Yeah, and actually, Nico kind of stands up at that point, like straightens himself out, like, I apologize, ma'am. Are you okay? This was probably a pretty traumatic experience. I mean, you look like you can handle yourself, but I didn't mean to be rude. That's all I'm trying to say.
You see her stand up, and she kind of like brushes off her blue dress a couple times, and she stands up straight. And she says, "Yes, I can handle myself. That was just, I haven't seen any action like that in a while." Ooh, I like Helga. We're gonna go with Helga.
Yeah,
Oh, Helga's perfect.
Yeah, this is Helga Bjornsson, my mom. Mom, this is Nico. How do you say your last name again?
It's Fulmine. Nico's fine. Nico's fine. Really.
Yeah, Nico. Okay, yeah, this is Nico. He's going to be my new security guard, and like he's going to work on R&D. Well, you know that. You were sitting right here the whole time. Are you still okay, Ma? I mean, I know this is a lot to take in right now. I don't even know what the hell's going on, really, but you okay?
I'm fine.
Does this happen all the time? I mean, like, have you ever had your life? Like, is somebody made an attempt on your life in the past?
Your mom kind of like turns as he asks this and kind of looks at you. Like, yes, please, do tell.
I mean, life of a Jarl. I mean, hey, if
Can mom just be in every scene? Can I just play mom from now on?
I mean, it's no. I mean, this is new. I mean, I think like people make attempts on you. That comes with the
People make
the territory.
attempts.
I mean, figuratively.
I think
by
this is
Odin's
probably
beard.
a conversation that we should be having in a more formal situation. Ma'am, it is absolutely a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I give you my word as a gentleman and as an ex-soldier that if I should come into the employment of your son, I will do everything in my power to keep him safe.
Mom
Why don't
smiles
you
at
two
you.
take a
Mom
moment?
smiles at you.
I'll wait outside
Yeah.
for the guards.
Mom smiles
What's
at
that?
you and she says, "Well, I mean, I am single now, so, well, there's that." And she kind of like walks to the door and she
Come on,
says,
Mom.
let me ask. Sorry. She looks at you, Spike.
I'm a second, Nico. I'm like,
Mom looks at Nico and she's like, "Let me escort you out. I'll get you a drink." And she escorts
Security?
you out.
R&D and stepdaddy. Best job.
Dead. Slain. Done.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Main
I would like to
qualification for this
suggest-
job, don't date my mom.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna just make it real clear, like, it like goes right past Spark. Like he doesn't even realize that she's hitting on him.
and while this is happening, they're stepping over this guy that's
They're
laid out on the
stepping over the
ground.
guy that's on the ground. And she kind of looks back at you and she says, "See you later." and she escorts Spark.
Oh, I'm home.
Spark.
I'll just make sure she gets to the elevator safely,
Yeah,
and
come
then
on
I
back.
guess
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
I can.
Hey, Thor, get him hooked up with the security, whatever, my clearance, whatever that is.
Thor kind of looks at you, like, I want to do that. And then he kind of like turns and he's
cool.
And
He's cool, Thor. It's cool.
He goes to. He's not looking at Spark. He's looking at your mom. He goes and helps Spark and your mom leave the building. And oh man! And as this happens, Spark, you actually see like 10 different shield guard in like these like black with like black like super heavy armor, and they have like neon lights all around them that are like glowing, and you can actually see like rods of electricity in their hand. And as they pass you, some of the electricity actually feeds off of their batons and kind of like courses up your arm, and you feel like a slight tingle. No one seems to notice that though.
You know, they're probably gonna want a statement. I'll get back in there, and they may want to talk with you, but we'll see if maybe we can avoid that situation. How does that sound?
That sounds acceptable.
Yeah. All right. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Bjornsson. I apologize. This was certainly not the way I would have imagined meeting the boss's mother or whatever. This is so awkward. I'm sure the next time we have a chance to engage, it'll be much more normal.
Well, I
have
hope
a wonderful
so.
evening.
You too.
Yes. And it'll just like hit the button on the elevator thing,
And she kind of like cocks an eyebrow and she's, I think there's something wrong with your phone. Can I see it?
Oh my
what?
god!
Like he just dumbly hands like, what? I don't know. It seems all right.
And she says, sometimes. And she just like says, whatever. And she walks away.
Like, yeah, okay.
And she heads down the lift. I wish I had as much game in real life that your mom had in a virtual game. She heads down the lift as shield guard are all throughout your room. Oh god, that was so fun.
Come on in. Watch the body. Okay, there's. Have a. You want something to drink? Oh, you can't drink. You're on duty.
I kind of look
I'm
at you.
Bjornsson.
As you say that, they kind of look at you, and one of them kind of pulls out a little flask and sips it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Covers it, puts it back.
Make yourself at home.
And
Spark comes running back into the room a minute later.
As Spark comes running back into the room, the scene fades, and we see the final scene of tonight. Aranimus, you're heading down the highway. You make it to your destination, and this building you've been to a few times in recent memory, and this is a place where sometimes you'll meet with Mel. Let me look up her name super quick. With May, your contact and the person that essentially gives you jobs. And you see kind of like this ramshackle building kind of in like an off street, off the highway. And you can see there's like this neon sign flickering on the outside. And this looks like it used to be like maybe like a sweatshop or something that's been repurposed to be like a warehouse of some sort. Nothing large, but it seems to be a storage facility of some kind. And you can see May outside. She's wearing like a biker's suit, and she gets off of her motorcycle. She is actually not on her motorcycle when you arrive. She's kind of leaning up against it, looks at you. Well, it took you long enough.
I obviously had to stop, so I'm not here empty-handed. And from behind his back, he pulls out a little like grocery bag and then shakes a little bit like,
Did you get food?
what did you say to me before I came here?
Oh, that's for me. Very nice.
He
And
tosses the bag to her.
yeah, she grabs it. And what did you get her?
Um, I just went and man, I got to think of what her favorite dessert is now. She really loves those. Oh, you know what? It's those Twinkies, the like raspberry flaked ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she loves.
She just goes crazy and she looks at these. Just, oh, you're the best. Down to business, shall we?
Whenever you're ready.
She pops one in her mouth and starts chewing. Well, let's head inside. She opens the door and yeah, you see like there is like this long table towards the rear. You can see kind of neon like pink light kind of around the outer edge. And yeah, you see this guy, he's got a spiked mohawk and like huge loop earrings. And you can see one arm is like a cybernetic robot arm. There's no skin or anything on it. It's just literally a robot arm. And he's cleaning a couple glasses and kind of setting them on the counter. You see him kind of go underneath of this like kind of like ventilated area underneath the counter that's very, very cold. And he pulls out like this frosty pitcher of beer and starts pouring glasses for each of you and kind of sets it on the counter. And he says, make sure you lock the door. Wouldn't want anyone else coming in.
I do so.
Yeah, there's like this huge like bar latch that you just like slide and the door is shut. And as you do that, you hear like a click sound, and all of a sudden this like red light within like 2 feet of the door from inside and out kind of glow, and you can see like a red blinking light at the top of the door start blinking. Anyone that tries to get in there, like usual, is gonna die. So we should be good for a while. And you know this guy is
I've been here
Delron.
plenty of times. Yeah, I've been here plenty of times. This is the usual.
Well, sounds like y'all are getting yourselves a pretty good payout this time. Some guy calling himself Zero wanting to hire you all for a job. Looks like there's about 100K on the line here if you're interested.
I'm curious.
Seems like a pretty easy mission. There's a chipping facility in New Valhalla where they chip all the Ascended and mark them as adherents. And as you all know, and he kind of like looks between you and May. Well, they don't much like delinquents. So, the job is simple. You head into the facility, you stop anyone from trying to, well, harm, disintegrate, or anything else of Zero's people. Looks like he's working with some of the Fangs of Loki. They're heading in, getting rid of all the intel on all the delinquents in that area, taking the data, and heading out. We got one more hacker chick or something supposed to be helping.
That's fine. I never have problems with him anyway. The perks of not using mini tech.
Very much so. So, are you in?
Money's good. Seems pretty open and shut. I really, really hate working with the stupid Fangs. They're loose cannons and they always screw something up. They're idiots, I swear.
Well, they're more just meat shields, if you know what I mean. The
No,
Zero
that's
guy.
what they're used for, 100%. Yeah.
Exactly. The Zero guy seems like a tough cookie. I don't know if I'd cross him. He has a weird vibe, you know. But he's definitely on the level with being a delinquent. I can just tell. If you want, he's in the other room. He's ready to meet you if you want.
Dell, you know me. I know you. What kind of dude are we talking about? Is he like really bad, like evil villain kind of bad, or just into some shit? Like on a scale of 1 to D murder.
I don't really know. I don't know a lot about the guy. He's kind of new in town. Said he came over from Australia or something. The you know, the whole game thing that they got going on over there. Convicts trying to survive or something and getting freedoms. Some such thing. At least that's what he says.
Yeah.
I never seen him on the TV though.
All right. Just keep an ear open and have my back. And I, do the little fist, the little arm bump thing with him.
Yeah. He crosses arms with you.
And so then I start heading towards that room.
Yeah. He walks in and we don't see, or actually Cypher, did you go with Gale or did you send Gale by himself? I'm trying to recall.
I sent Gail because with that message, she had a theory on who was going to be on the other side and did not like that.
Okay.
So no, I sent Gail. I didn't go.
Okay. The scene kind of shifts as Cypher. What are you doing at like an hour after the whole hacktivist event happened? Like, where are you? What are you doing?
I think she probably would have closed out her files for the day, extracted everything that she needed to, and then she probably is heading home. I don't know if they... I have a feeling that once they pull off bigger jobs, they all make sure to like clear the warehouse.
Yep.
Because if something goes wrong and the source is tracked, you don't want people to be there and you don't want any of the tech to be there. So she packed up her station and is headed home, I think. So she's basically trying to find a cab towards Sanctuary.
Okay. Yeah, you're actually, so your base of operations is actually in Sanctuary for this location. You have multiple locations throughout the city. So you were actually in Sanctuary at that time. Give me 1 second. I just gotta do one thing super duper quick here. Sorry,
Absolutely.
everybody.
You're fine. But yes, she is walking home then.
Okay.
Aww.
On your way home. Sending a message.
Uh-oh.
Should I be concerned? Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, just checking to see about something.
Yeah.
And waiting on one more.
Yeah, the guy just busted in the door and then was like with my mom, and then like he pulled a gun on us.
Just crazy. So Gregory, check the Discord.
Oh,
Check the Discord. Check it.
I don't usually look at Discord. Sorry.
Check it.
Quit looking at my mom and check the Discord.
Oh my god, dying.
Okay, cool. Oh god, I hope that's a thing for the rest of the show. That's beautiful. So yeah, the Sanctum awards a +1 to Cypher, and Mac Jackal awards a +1 to Cypher as well. Keep in mind,
Oh my god. I have 6 +1s now. Thank you, everyone.
You will want to use them as +1s do not transfer over to the next episode. Only so +1s do not transfer over. If you have additional bennies, they do. So if you end with more than 3 bennies, you get those for the next episode.
Cool.
Okay, so as we see Cypher walking through kind of the ruins of Sanctiquay, we can see like all of these like old spaceships that are discarded, and like naval ships as well, like ancient naval ships. And there's these like rope bridges that attach all of these various kind of abandoned ships together. And we can see like neon lights for like various shops and stuff. And as you're walking through here, you actually see, and this is the first time we're seeing the Abanzari. The Abanzari are people that were infected by the Ascension Serum, but didn't gain superpowers. What happened is that their genetics mutated to take on animalistic traits. So you will see some Abanzari that will have, for instance, like half of their face looks like a wolf, where like one side is more like lower down with like bigger teeth and sharper, and the other half may look like a little bit of like a deformed human, or some of them may have like scales rather than skin, or their hair will be like really long, and like their muscles will be bigger than normal, things like that. DM Yeti just gave Big B's an ace, or not an ace, I'm sorry, wrong system, a Benny. Yeah, you can
Is it Benny
see
or
like
+1?
it's a Benny or a +1. That's up to DM Yeti. And yeah, you're walking through the street. We can see some of these Abanzari kind of walking through Sanctiquay as well. And Cypher, you get a call that comes through, and it's from Gale.
What's up?
Hey, Cypher. I need you to come here. This is big, bigger than me. It's
What's going on?
There's a guy, and you hear a voice from within the room say, "You can simply call me the Wolf."
The Wolf or just Wolf? Let's not play games here.
Games are my favorite thing.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly a fan. What do you want?
Simply for you two, and you hear him like motion to Gale to give him the phone, and Gale says, the guy wants to talk to you. Here. Sorry. And yeah, Gale passes the phone over to the Wolf. And
do I recognize the voice?
No, you do not.
Okay.
And yeah, you hear just, I've been looking around for talented hacker types in Solarium for a while now, and I kept hearing the name Cypher of the Shepherds roaming the streets of the HoloNet, and I just had to inquire and meet you.
So your way of trying to get a meeting with me was abducting our people and threatening us? To me, that doesn't seem like a very good way to start a business transaction or a relationship.
Oh, I don't care much for business. I just care about getting things done quickly and quietly. And I always feel like having a few hostages kind of helps to get that moving a little quicker. So, do you want any deaths on your hand, or can I expect you to be here soon? And Gale like shouts from the room like, look, he's got people, okay? Cypher, like, yeah, this guy means business, okay?
I'm on my way.
TikTok, and he hits the end transmission.
She's gonna quickly, like, she starts running as fast as she can to her apartment so she can dump her stuff, because again, they just pulled a job and she does not want it to get traced back to her exact location. So she drops the equipment and then she's gonna make her way to the address that was sent in the 0.txt file.
Perfect. Yeah. You start heading over, and Gail sends you a text, and essentially that hollow text just states like, hey, it's not the place in the text file, it's here. And he like sends you a map to Delron's place. It just says Delron's place, and it's off of East Ramp 10.
Okay, I head there. I if I have my bike, I'm gonna use that and get there as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you breaking the speed limit while you go?
Probably.
Okay. I need you to roll me a stealth
Lives
check,
are on
please.
the line. Yep.
Stealth check, please.
Okay, I don't think I have stealth, do I? Oh god. Oh wait, no, I do. Haha.
Oh, exploding die!
Oh yeah!
Booyah! That is a success with a raise with a 9. Very good. So as you're speeding as quick as you can to get to the east ramp to Delron's, you notice some of the guard kind of like watching the streets a little more like vigilantly, and you have to like stop and kind of like skirt your bike kind of like into like dark alleys and like walk it away from these people and kind of like going around them and then zipping out of there and continuing. And we are going to shift scenes back to Aranimus as you start heading over. And Aranimus, you start heading with Delron to this back room, and you see this man in the back of this room. This room's pretty long. It's not very wide. And there's like boxes and crates and a couple tables and like some like shittier computers back here. And you see like a bigger chair kind of in the back. And you see this guy with like short front cropped like whitish gray hair that kind of spills over in like a half mullet that kind of goes down the right side of his shoulder. And he's wearing like this reddish kind of like suit with a bunch of like intricate designs, and it's very odd. You can see 2 like super long, almost like Masamune sized like katanas on his left and right side. He's got like a fine goatee, and these katanas are sheathed, but you can see like red liquid moving from the katanas to like the veins in his wrists. And he has like his right leg kind of kicked up on his knee, and he's got his right hand on his chin. Welcome to the show. Please come sit, grab a drink.
Mobo's just gonna kind of come in, nod to him, and just kind of stand by the door, not really doing anything, just staring at him. Okay. So I heard you have some kind of work.
Yes, it should be easy for one of your talents. You see, this city has seen, well, not this city, but many cities have seen throughout the UCS an issue of sorts. You see, those of us that are ascended, we don't always want to be watched. We don't always want to be seen, to be tracked, to have people know our every move, where we go at all times. Have you ever felt that similar eye always staring down at you, Mr. Mobo?
I have.
And how would you like to crush that eye in its tracks?
What is your idea?
Throughout Solarium, there are a number of facilities that perpetuate the chipping of Ascended. They perpetuate security, but with a lack of freedoms. It's not like we chose this life. We were molded by it against our will. We had no choice. It was Kronos' fault that we became this way. So, my plan is to head to these facilities and simply take the information that is ours and destroy it. And keep some, just to be safe. What do you say? And you see that this man has fangs, whereas Kanon should be like long ass like vampire fangs.
Well, to be fair, I was pretty much percent.
I'm sorry, you're
Up
cutting in
until-
and out. What did you say?
I hate this mic. So to be honest with you, I was 100% with you up until you started to talk about taking other people's information. I'm 100% for being free and making sure, you know, you're not being tracked against your will, or information that you don't want to be available isn't available. But how are you different from them if you're taking someone's information to be used? No offense, I don't know you, so it could be maliciously.
Very wise. The difference is, they are not one of us. It should be an Ascended that makes sure this information is kept safe. Not one of the kind. Is your Cypher friend on her way? She is paramount to this operation. And Gale is like the furthest back from this dude that he possibly can be. And he's like, yeah. She said they should be here soon, okay? I don't know. It's a little drive. Sorry. He just smiles. Very well. And May is kind of like eyeing this dude up like, what did we get into?
Yeah, he, as all this is going on, he's staring this dude down. Just every minuscule movement his body makes, he's like making a mental note and checking it, and just trying to read this dude. And every once in a while, he'll look back towards Dell and May and try and get their reactions to everything.
You roll me a notice check, please.
Yep. Oh, look, another D4.
Oh no!
Critical failure.
I want to use that Benny. That
Guess
DM
what,
gave.
bees? In Savage Worlds, you cannot Benny a crit fail.
Oh no!
Yep, you're stuck.
You are stuck.
Maybe a reroll could help you, but not a.
Oh!
Yeah.
Roll
thank
for
you, Ty.
chaos
You get-
gives you
Thank you.
a reroll. I will allow the audience to do it, but you cannot unless the audience does it for
Gotcha.
you.
Okay, I like that. Let's go.
Well done, Tyson.
That is a 2.
Well done,
That
roll
is
for
still
chaos.
a fail.
All right, so I can use a Benny on that though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I want to use a Benny on that one.
Wait,
Or I
Bees,
will
you
use
just got
that
another
reroll.
Yeah, reroll. Look at that. Answering the call.
That is a
Yes.
5.
not
as you're looking,
super,
Way to
but
go, chat.
I'll take that.
as you're
Take the
looking
time.
Go, Jimmy.
at this guy, you notice two things. Unless you want to try to spend a Benny and notice more if you get a raise, you'll notice two things currently, or you can spend a Benny to try to notice double that.
Damn, I'm gonna use that Benny.
Okay.
I want to use that Benny.
Do it.
Hey, come on, big money. Come on, baby. Oh, it's
Yeah,
cocked.
Bonnie.
It was a 2.
That is a 2. Now you can
Five.
keep the 5 if you choose
I
to.
will keep the 5. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
You learn
screw
2 things about this guy when you're looking at him. One, I mean, this was kind of inherent, so I'm not going to make this one of them, but he's creepy. Something weird.
it. Oh yeah.
Very weird. And as he's looking at you and you're looking at him, he notices you noticing him, and he smiles. This like big toothy grin smile, and he has his hands in a steeple, and he's not moving. He's not breathing. His muscles aren't twitching. Nothing. And he's just looking at you. And you feel the hairs all along your spine and your neck, on your arms, on your feet. If you have hair on your feet, all your hair is like, this dude is weird. So you notice that.
Okay.
He does. It seems like he doesn't need to breathe, or he's really good at holding his breath. The second thing you notice is his back kind of bulges in a weird way. Like he's got this overcoat, but it seems the overcoat seems to be like cut on the back somewhere, and he shifts ever so slightly, and you see like a long clear vial of like thick, like it almost looks like bulletproof glass on his back, and it looks to be filled with blood.
Okay. So first thing is that I notice him notice me looking at him. So then as I see him looking at me, looking at him, looking at me, looking at him, then I will look at him while he looks at me, looking at him, looking at me, looking at him. And
He just cocks his eyebrow. And he
So-
without moving, he says to you, other than like his mouth, "What do you see, Mr. Mobo?"
I appreciate the offer. I have gotten to where I am by more times than not listening to my gut and to my instincts.
And what do they tell you, Mr. Mobo?
To be blunt with you,
Please.
we can't work together.
What a sad day. I was afraid you would say that. And you hear him just snap his finger, and a hidden doorway to his right opens, and you see an individual with a bag over their head, like a very like super fine mesh net over their head, and they're looking around confusedly. And he kicks them behind the knees, and they fall. And he says, "You really not want to work for me? Is it worth their life? Or others? You see, I don't care what I need to do to accomplish this task. It does not pain me to do this. Will it pain you?" He just continues to look at you.
Who is that?
someone. You might know them. You might not.
He you see his hand tense up, the gauntlet, and you can hear the metal kind of creak.
Inhumanly quick, he hears the creaking of the metal, and you see the blade of the katana from his sheath appear at this person's throat, like that.
So I haven't given a description of Mobo.
Yeah,
Mobo,
please.
Mobo has dreads that are tied up. Sometimes he'll leave them kind of down. He has a goatee. Mobo is a brick shithouse of a man. He is 7'3" and just a beast of a man. Yeah. So he's sitting there, and as this is happening, he is just getting, like, you can see the veins on his neck starting to pop a little bit as he's tensing, because he doesn't know who this person that's captive is. The whole fact of this dude is, you know, at first he was like, all right, this guy's a little creepy, so I don't want to work with him, but to each their own. It doesn't sound like anybody get hurt, so I'm not gonna, you know, stick my nose into this. But now he's trying to threaten me with somebody that I may know. I may not know this person, but this is some innocent that he's threatening to kill to force me to do something. Mobo is a firm believer in free will, in freedom to just do what you want and, you know, enjoy your life. So being backed into a corner like this, when you hear the metal in the gauntlet starting to creak, it's not him just like prepping to use it. It's the pure rage building inside of him that he is starting to crush his own gauntlet, like just squeezing it closed into a fist. So he just looks at him and,
What will it be, Mr. Mobo?
look, I don't know who that person is.
Do you?
I mean, seeing as I don't have X-ray vision, no, I don't. But what I really can't stand is for someone being such a coward that they have to use a human life as collateral to get something done.
Human lives. And he just shakes his head.
So how about this? Step away from the person. You and me handle this right now.
Ooh, tempting. But you know, I do kind of need you. So how about this? You work for me this one time, and then poof, I go away, and you don't ever have to see me again. And as he asks you this, you can hear the quiet hum of a motorcycle outside of Delron's place. Cypher, you have just arrived. It's real quiet in this place, almost creepily quiet.
And she doesn't know what she's supposed to do. Is there any kind of tablet or keypad or anything like that on the outside?
Yes.
Or I'd like to use my interface to tap into that and see if there's any way that I can get into the cameras so I can look in this place before I go in.
Sure. Can you roll me a notice check as you do so?
Absolutely. Do you want to call this a notice check, or would this be a hacking and also a notice check separately?
This would be notice check first, and then depending on what happens, then you can do the hacking check.
4.
As you start approaching the panel, you notice just kind of like glinting off some of the moonlight that's coming off from above. You can see little traces of like a red beam around the panel in the doorway.
They've used that. I'm pretty sure that either they've used that or she's seen this before, and she just sighs and looks at the door like, if I can't knock and I can't use the keypad, and she looks around and
the door suddenly swings open. And we see Delron in the doorway. We've been expecting you. It's come here. And he like motions to you to come over by him.
She goes forward.
Do you have, like, are you armed? A gun or something?
I'm a computer specialist. I'm not a bruiser.
I kind of figured. Here, take this. And Delron kind of passes you a laser pistol. He says, don't. You did not get that from me.
What?
Please. I don't know what I got myself into with this guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay out here. Feel free to head into the room, and there's a couple people in there.
The wolf hasn't hurt anyone, has he?
Look, I don't know who that is, but there's this Zero guy in there, and
The moment she hears that, she just goes, get out of here, and goes in. And she takes the pistol. So she's wearing a leather jacket. She always has a riding jacket that she wears when using the motorcycle.
Mhm.
So she just puts it like behind in the pants, and then has the jacket over it. But this is not her forte. So like,
Mobo, back in the room, that like almost inaudible sound of the motorcycle, like you didn't even hear it. And Zero says, our guests have arrived. And all of a sudden Cypher walks through the door. Welcome. So glad you could join us. We were just having a little chat.
Wolf,
Hold on. I'm sorry. Does he move his hands like that? Welcome?
Yeah.
The moment his hands go up like that, Mobile's boom with the gauntlet right to his chest.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome, Cypher. Yeah, if you want to.
You just see this massive dude just whoo, boom. So yeah,
Go ahead, roll your damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, now I gotta see. I'm new to this whole shebang bang too. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Shock fist. So, okay, just roll damage.
Yeah, he's not trying to block it.
Oh lord. 5.
Can you actually? So, if you could look at that piece of equipment, does it have a rate of fire?
Let me see. See notes. Nope. Let me up. There we go. I don't see a rate of fire. It just says group melee, type melee. Damage is strength plus a d4. Damage type lethal. Raise damage d6. Cost weight. fumble keywords?
Yep, it is just a single shot. Okay, I just was checking to see if it. So if you have something that has a rate of fire of like 2 or 3, you can actually shoot multiple times in a single action, but you just get a -2 penalty. And it's not like a multi-action penalty. It's just like rate of fire penalty.
Okay.
And yeah, you hit this guy, and he's just like, you see the bullets, like you see blood, like he's bleeding. But then all of a sudden, like the skin kind of like slurps together and the muscle re-stitches together and the bullets go blink, blink, blink.
Okay, so bullet time real quick.
Yeah.
When I punched him, did he move at all, or did he just suck it up like, yeah?
He just sucked it up like, yeah.
Okay. So now my fist is connected with him. The shot fist just went off.
Mhm.
Can I sweep that hand and throw the person to the side, the hostage?
So you would have had to declare a multi-action, but since you're new, to Savage Worlds, I will allow it this time.
Okay. So what I just put
yes.
-2 to the modifier?
Yep.
Okay, -2 to the modifier, and then what do I gotta roll for that?
Roll athletics.
Athletics, yeah. Wait, where's all my? Oh, athletics. Ooh, yeah, one of my good ones. All right,
That is
What?
not a
Come on.
success.
I will Benny that. Come on my good dice. I rolled something crappy. Come on. Yeah.
Much better. That is a this is opposed though.
Okay.
And he
Oh,
gets,
don't explode.
Oh man, he gets a 15.
Oh, reroll.
Bees, you get a reroll from RF Chaos. And you get a
Alright,
plus
come
1
on,
from
come
Anna.
Okay. Come on. I got 2 bennies.
Oh, Tyson
reroll
just gave me a
Jennings.
reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyson.
Let's reroll.
Oh, the 10 exploded.
exploding.
That is a 13.
Okay, here we go. No, come on. Damn it.
That is a 4 of these.
So that's a 4. I'm gonna drop another Benny
All
because
right.
I want to save this person.
Jeez.
I don't know who it is, but I want to save him. I hate that I'm
Oh,
rolling
my
so
goodness.
terribly. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, let me put that modifier back in. -2. All right.
Nice try, Tyson. I like it.
Damn it.
That's a 2.
Oh,
Get 2. Last Benny.
You got another plus 1 from
got
Sanctum.
It, got it right here.
Yes, thank you. All right, last Benny.
Another
Benny. Let
plus
me put
1
that-
from McSherry. A reroll that dice from RF Chaos.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right. So I guess can I get that Benny back?
Yeah, I can give you a minute.
All right. So let me roll. Come on, athletics. You're my best damn skill. Act right. Come on.
Hey, Doyle, give me a plus 1. Nice.
Doyle. At 2, Doyle? At 2? All right, here we go.
Oh, you got a 6. It's exploding.
Woo.
That is a 6. That is an 8.
You said he had a 13, right?
Yeah. 14 actually with the plus 1.
14. Okay. Shit, now I'm gonna use this. Use that Benny. Come on! Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else.
Dice are tyrants.
I will keep. Oh!
Reroll that
reroll
dice from
James.
RF Chaos once more. You've got 2 more rerolls you can do from the audience, and then we'll have to
Well,
move
no, that's
forward.
a reroll
He
for you.
wants you to reroll.
Oh, whoops.
Watch, it's gonna be at 98.
Oh, it's a 5. Oh man, I'm gonna spend a
Use
Benny.
my plus 1. Use all my plus 1s.
I'm spending a Benny.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
spending
Benny.
a Benny.
You and your Bennies.
Yeah!
Oh,
Oh,
explosion.
that is an 18 plus 1 for 19.
Oh, goodness.
Suck it, Tyson.
I got nothing.
Good hell.
Damn it, he wants me to do it again.
Stop
Suck
exploding,
it.
goddamn!
Suck it. Yes,
Wow.
that's a 23.
My 23.
Yo, so I'm just
ridiculous.
not supposed to save this person. That's just how it is. I'm just not supposed to save this person. Fuck it.
You rush forward.
Oh!
Tyson, this is the
Oh,
last
you're
reroll.
Tyson.
This is the last reroll.
Oh
That's a
my
6.
god.
That's a 6, so a 7 altogether, right?
Yep, and I'm betting it.
Ah!
Shit, that's another 6. I'm spending another penny.
All right. Eat them bennies.
Oh, it's a 3.
Oh.
I don't
So
have
I'm
any more
with that
bennies.
plus
Right
one.
now,
I don't have any more bennies.
Oh.
can you be
Okay.
a 6 Bs with all the +1s or whatever?
Well, he said he got a 4, right?
I got a
already
4 total.
6.
I got a 4 total.
Yeah, so then I'm going to use
So you
those
succeed.
2 +1s. And hold on. I got a 4. Let me see. How many +1s did I get from the audience? 1.
You got 2.
Shoot. We need somebody to keep track.
1, 2,
Yeah,
I think
3.
2.
I see 2
Yeah, you got 3.
plus anything you had before.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay,
3.
so 3 in total.
3.
Yeah. 3 in total. Okay. So how many bennies and +1s did we use? Like, oh my god, so many Yeti, so many.
Yeah, Yeti.
Damn. Damn. I was gonna add all of them together. I guess I'll add 1 just so I'm over him, because I wanted to hit like that with a raise, but I ain't got enough for that, so I'll just do that 1 to beat him.
Okay. Yeah. So he says, "Welcome." You punch him in the chest with your shotgun fist, your shot fist. It goes off. The spread just like hammers his chest. He doesn't even like grunt or anything. The bullets fall out, and you wanted to do what after that happens?
No, just as soon as I hit him, as soon as that shot goes off, I move my hand just in one sweeping motion and throw whoever the hell it is away from him.
Okay, yeah, you grab this person. You hear like a female like kind of scream a little bit, but it's muffled. Yeah, and you shove her aside, and she slams into the wall. And you hear like a grunt, and
Now. So I yell at
Well.
me.
and Cypher, as you walk through the door, yeah, you see this person get slammed into the wall, and you walk in. What do you do?
I honestly don't know, because I think actually, okay, so there's this huge tank of a person, 2 people fighting. I heard shots go off and someone hit the wall, but I'm supposed to be here or people will get killed. So I think I just go next to the doorway to like take cover, but I'm gonna wait for the wolf to call me again, whichever one it was. I don't think I was there long enough to see who it was that called. So she doesn't know who in there she's supposed to work for and who's just gonna kill her. So yeah, she just hangs out by the wall.
And as Cypher kind of chills by the wall and Aranimus throws this innocent out of the way, we can see May is kind of like in shock and like stands up from her chair. The chair falls backwards, and like she ducks behind some crates and stuff, and she's got her hollow pad out, and she starts dialing something, and she says, "Shit, shit, no reception. Oh,
May, now!"
And as you shout that, the camera fades to black, and we wrap up our session for tonight.
Yeah.
Just 8 more hours. 8 more hours. Come on, it's all right. Just 8 more hours.
We're already 42 minutes over. Thank you, cast, for sticking around for the extra 42 minutes. I know that was quite a bit of extra time, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you, audience, for helping out the players. That was absolutely amazing. And y'all did a great job. And as always, if you want to spend some time with the cast, myself, and just chat it up, come join our wonderful family of big TTRPG Happy Family Time in our Discord. And